Here. Jane.
Test, test.
Okay.
Test, 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 test. Test. Test, test, test. That's good.
Do I have to announce the whole team? There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. Tonight's starters for Kappa Delta. The freshman from White House, Tennessee, number 14, Mac and Cheese Vaughn. The junior from Hendersonville, Tennessee, number 2, Ashlyn Stewart. The junior from Clarksville, Tennessee, number 4, Sarah Boyd. The sophomore from Trasdale County, number 10, Jamie James McCoyne. And lastly, also hailing from Trasdale County, number 21, Mackenzie Dixon. The starters for Chi Omega. The sophomore hailing from Manchester, Tennessee, number 4, Holly, what does that say? Break your ankle Smithson. I couldn't read it. All right. The sophomore from Harriman, Tennessee, number 3, Rachel Crash. From Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, the sophomore, number 13, Emma Willis. I can't read that handwriting. The senior from Hendersonville, Tennessee, number 12, Mariah Mo Money Smith. And lastly, the senior from Hendersonville, Tennessee, number 1, Nicole Lightning McSteen Steen. Your officials for tonight's game, Big Jerry Campbell and Ben Goodman. On the scorekeeping, Gunnar Schneed.
Good job. Good man.
I only announced 2.
Get some music. Dun, 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 dun.
Seven Nation Army. Get the Seven Nation Army song. Oh, sorry.
So we're live on the live stream? Yeah. I'm muted. We're good. Yep. Should be a great night for some basketball.
I'm looking forward to this game, Reed. These two stories put in the work all year. It's really exciting to see their hard work pay off in the championship game.
And this is Reed Harvey in the booth with my main man, Wilson Gibson.
Yeah, the road ends here. One of these teams, when that clock strikes zero, one of them will be getting the coveted T-shirt, and one of them will be leaving here with heartbreak.
Yeah, it's most definitely win or go home at this point. KD controls the ball off the tip. Early look inside.
What a bound. I think the difference for tonight's game is going to be who can win in the rebound column.
I agree. I believe.
And also the scoreboard.
I believe both teams will, get a lot of shots up. I think the team that gets more shots up will win the game. I think that's a...
You know what they say, Reed? Chicks dig the long ball. Expect a lot of threes from beyond the arc tonight. Where's Gene? There you are, Gene.
Out of bounds. KD keeps possession.
Good call by the official there.
KD still in possession, swinging around the outside.
Just some stifling defense being played by Kyle Omega here in the opening minutes, Reed. Really impressive to see.
Yeah, very few clean looks being given out there tonight.
Oh, I got a girl with a brace on out there. Ain't nothing going to stop her from playing tonight. She wants that T-shirt. Ooh, a little razzle-dazzle from number 4 there. I like that. I like that, Reed.
Yes.
I always like to see a little razzle-dazzle out here during these championships.
Yeah, it's nice to see people, really getting involved. It's a lengthy possession here for Kai Omega.
Yeah, KD paying back the defensive favor on this end of the court.
We'll say, though, I do appreciate their patience trying to get the best possible look out there.
It's how they're coached. Fundamentals, stick to the offense, and boom, right there, pays off.
Kyle first on the board. We see some ball pressure now from Kyle.
Yeah, ooh, they're bringing the double team, looks like, there for a second.
Seems to me they're trying to speed KD up and maybe get some turnovers.
Yeah.
Try to get some easy buckets out in transition.
A little short there. Oh. It's been a stalemate in these opening minutes. No team can really buy a basket right now, it seems.
Yeah. Seems maybe these teams should try attacking the basket a little bit more, a little less jumpers.
They got to try something, Reed, otherwise it could be a long night.
KD, 3-4 chances. Decide to reset.
Money!
KD on the board with a 3.
Three-pointer right there. I cannot wait to go home and slip into my jorts. Money! Kyle Omega returning the favor.
Both teams now on the board with a 3-point bucket. Maybe that'll take the lid off the rim here.
Yeah.
here tonight, Wilson.
Maybe they'll start finding some offense. Let's hope so. Otherwise, this could get a lot more boring, a lot more faster. Oh, we got Big Mike on the call right now, man. We got 3 refs.
Another patient possession for KD. Sadly ends in a turnover.
Kyle Omega's keeping those hands active, forcing a lot of turnovers so far. Oh, doesn't matter. They just gave that one right back to him.
It's like the pace of the game is starting to pick up here. Maybe people are getting more comfortable. Unfortunate turnover there.
A grown woman snag right there, if I do say so myself. Just ripped it right away from her. Oh, talk to me.
Another 3-ball for Kai Omega.
Oh, man.
Largest lead of the night.
Kappa Delta's going to hope this thing doesn't get early in the early goings here. Because Reed been saying it for years. You can't win a game in the first half, but you sure as hell can lose a game in the first half. Let's hope Kappa Delta learn that out the hard way.
I think I'll have to agree with you on that one. And both teams only have 2 timeouts in this first half, so KD will definitely want to try to stop this run sooner than later.
And neither team has a deep bench. He's got about 1 or 2 subs. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing their timeout strategy to save their tanks.
Be very interesting, especially as the pace of the game continues to grow more and more. First foul call of the night. KD going to the line for 2, I believe.
Let's see what we got here.
It's like the foul's
Got a
on
hit.
yellow 13. Emma Willis for Kaio. Misses the first free throw.
You can't leave free points on the board, Reed. Not in a championship. Not in any game, really, but especially a championship. We'll see if that comes back to bottom in the second half.
We'll see. Vaughn knocks down the second, going 1 of 2. Kai Omega, I'm really surprised by their player and ball movement. They're not really staying stagnant. They're moving the ball around.
They're a very active team.
Very, very active.
They have it's been a clear path to them all the way to this game. They've just been dominant all season. It's really remarkable what Kyle Omega's produced this year.
Well, let's see if they can continue their dominance.
Kappa Delta better find a shot and fast.
Yeah, back-to-back air balls. We might be experiencing some tired legs out there now.
Yeah. You're getting right now where you might want to consider using that first timeout. Around the 10-minute mark, usually where I like to take mine.
I'd have to agree because then, if you become in any type of situation where you need one later in the half, you're free to do what you need with it.
Exactly. You cannot take them with you. Not in between the half and not when you die. So I don't understand why you'd want to keep them. Can't even fathom it.
Another trap. This trapping zone has proved very effective so far.
Yeah, it's really slowed them down this whole first half.
We got some ball movement, an open look here. Fortunately, it's short. Kai Omega definitely wanted to get out in transition. Sadly, they just haven't converted on very many looks so far.
They just can't capitalize, and Kappa Delta's really lucky. They've been capitalizing on every turnover. That's probably when you need a ball game anymore.
Great closeout. Got a foul. Let's see what the call is here.
Seemed like it was a little late. But I don't know. I'm not a referee. But luckily for you guys at home, we have a resident official here in the booth with us. Let's kick it to our resident official, Drew Williams. Drew, what'd you think of that foul call right there?
I didn't get a good look at it. Not like the incident.
Thank you, Drew.
I didn't get a good look at it. It's not like the NCAA where we get the gift of replay officials. So, I mean, you really have to go with your gut instinct. I believe in the ref. He was in a good spot. So, I think it was a great call.
All right. Thank you, Drew.
Dixon at the line. Missed the first of 2 free throws. Second one's also no good.
And that's 3 points they've left on the board, Reed.
Yeah, KD is now 1 of 4 from the free throw line. We'll see if those points will come back to haunt him.
That is not a trend you want to keep up.
Have to agree. Unfortunate turnover there.
Yeah, looks like she just took her eye off the ball there. Don't know what she was thinking.
First thing you have to do is catch it. It's number 1 rule.
Yeah. One of the best ways to avoid turnovers, catching the ball. Fundamentals. How we sounding. Sweet. Too bad UTC marketing didn't give us some hub.
KD now showing their commitment to the offensive boards.
Yeah.
Getting about 1 or 2 a possession now.
Yeah, they're really just driving into the paint and getting those foul calls. But there ain't no point in getting them if you're not going to convert them at the line.
Foul was on 50 Woodard. We have Vaughn back at the line for 2 again. Converts the first.
Maybe now they'll get into a rhythm and start knocking those down.
Checking in, we have 15 Stewart. Vaughn at the line for the second. Seems Kaio's offense has become a little stagnant.
I mean, they've definitely taken it down a notch, and that's not Chi Omega basketball right there. They really got to get back to their identity if they really want to put this game away early, which in a championship game, that's the ideal situation. End the game as early as you can.
Open but refusing to shoot. I don't know what that was about there.
She just drained a three-pointer earlier. I don't know what she was thinking.
Cross-court pass. Kaio now showing a willingness to rebound. Fortunately, just not very many conversions going on so far.
The rim is definitely being unkind to both teams in the early goings of this game.
On the bright side, in games like this, teams most definitely begin to...
Oh, what a block! Woo! Get that out of here.
Blocked by 13, Willis. Send it to the curtain.
She does not have to worry about her lunch tomorrow because number 13, Emma Willis, just packed it for her. Is this being recorded so we can watch it later?
Chi Omega beginning to turn the ball over a little bit more as this half has gone along.
Oh, it's a block party here in McClellan Gymnasium, Reed, and I'm loving every second of it.
O board. Fortunately, the pass is deflected. Lay. Foul called. Let's see what the call is.
Looks like it'd be a two-shot foul.
Believe the foul was on Vaughn, number 14.
That's what it looked like from up here, Reed. Probably just your standard hit, it seems like. Is that her first or her second?
I believe that's her first.
It's her first. All right. Good news for Kappa Delta. You do not want Vaughn to foul out of the game.
Number 50, Woodard, made the first end of 2 free throws. Second one coming up here. And it's good.
Silky smooth on that one, Reed.
Timeout, KD. And see, the one thing I've noticed here so far, Wilson, is that Kyle.
All right, hold on 1 second. Let's kick it to our sponsor, who's sponsoring this first time out, the Lab, putting in the man hours. What were you saying, Reed?
I was saying, I think, just like we talked about earlier, Kyo's ability to make free throws early and KD's inability to make free throws is definitely coming to haunt them at this moment. First half that so far has had 10 and 5 total points. You can't leave free ones on the board. Exactly like you said.
And if Kappa Delta had hit, I think they've shot 4 or 5 free throws now.
I believe so.
It'd be a tie ball game, but, sometimes the cookie just crumbles that way.
I agree. We'll see if KD can keep up the aggressiveness, get back to the line, and maybe sink some here.
This game ain't over yet.
Most definitely.
A lot of ball is left.
Got about 5 minutes left in the first half here. See if KD can get some offense going.
Oh.
Quick foul called on the transition.
Probably a pretty good foul. You're not in the bonus yet. You
I
want
agree.
to have time to go back and set your defense and maybe force a turnover or at least a bad shot.
Foul was on number 2, Ashlyn Stewart. Now, ever since Woodard has entered the game, it seems Kyo has a real commitment to feeding the ball to her in the post.
Yeah, they're going to just eat and eat and eat away at that post position all night. That's how they're going to wear you down.
Hopefully she'll
And just when you think you've defended it, they're going to hit you with a 3 from the outside. It's a demoralizing style of offense that Kyle Omega plays.
hopefully they can start to get some more conversions and scoring some more points. KD being patient once again, swinging the ball around the perimeter. Coyotes doesn't seem to be trapping anymore. I feel like that defense was working for him, but I guess coach decided something different.
Yeah. They all move together so well. It's like they're all connected with a rope, just shifting from one side of the court to the other. It's just fantastic basketball to watch.
Kyo continuing to get turnovers, but failing to capitalize. I believe a carrying violation was called there on number 11.
Zoe Abe, I believe that's the name. Zoe Abe. Hope I'm saying that right. If you're a fan of Zoe at home, I apologize. Oh! Bang!
Believe that is now Willis's third three-pointer of the half.
She is heating up, Reed. And the last thing you want is for her to get on fire. Hello, Molly. Okay, we're actually losing.
You don't have to deal with voter race cars.
Unfortunate set of events there for KD.
Kyle Omega's on
brings
the
it back.
fast break here. Let's see what they can do. Oh, a little kiss off the backboard.
Seems Willis is trying to take this game over now.
Mamba mode. She is going into Mamba mode.
Let's see if KD will show a commitment to getting a stop.
They got to do something here, Reed. Active
Deflections,
hands.
buckets. She's really trying to take this game over.
Active
here.
hands. I'm afraid Kappa Delta may have awoken a beast. I'm fearing for my life up here in the stands. No one tossed me a basketball. Otherwise, Emma Wills might go here and just snatch it from me. I don't want that.
KD back again, swinging the ball around the perimeter. Staying patient, trying to find the right cuts on the inside.
I'm admiring them for staying patient. With this deficit, I feel like if I were me, I'd try to hurry things up and get flustered. But they're keeping their cool, trying to find out what works. And,
And they're continuing.
They may have found something here.
And one there for number 14. Vaughn. Looking to convert here. And that was actually a big shot for KD. They had been a little stale on the offensive end for a while. This was a big bucket.
They ended that Kyle Maker run, and that could be what turns this game around for them, that player up there. This game's still close in the second half. Remember that player up there.
Especially with a minute 30 seconds left in the first half. KD most definitely wants to get another stop and a score to end the half on a positive note.
And you know what they say, Reed, basketball's a game of runs. And I'm kind of smelling a KD run right here at the end of the half. I don't know, it's just in the air, just what I'm feeling.
See how it turns out. KD back to swinging the ball around the perimeter. Kaio, they flashed the trap a little bit last possession, but went away from it.
Yeah. Probably saving their energy for the second half, but we'll see how it pays out for them. I'm surprised Kappa Delta hasn't called a timeout to try to set up a play or something.
Ball's now loose.
Oh, man.
Kaio comes up with it, and again, 3 chances for KD, getting offensive rebounds, just not getting any conversions.
Just some relentless, hard-nosed defense from the Owls.
40 seconds left in the half. Kaio seems to be setting up something.
There's Willis again.
Near turnover. See who comes up with it.
Going back the other way.
KD ball with 20 seconds left.
They got a chance for the last shot. Oh, looks like they called their last timeout of the first half.
Just like you predicted, called that timeout to get a play drawn up real quick.
This timeout is brought to you by Crocs, the official footwear sponsor of UTC Intramurals. I cannot wait to go home and slip into my Crocs. Oh, man. Well, Reed, the battle, besides the game going on here that no one else is talking about, is the battle in the stands. Chi Omega has brought so many more fans here than the KD fans. I was thinking an even house coming in the game, but it's probably at least 80, 75% Chi Omega fans.
Yeah, I would think I'd have to agree. I'd look more in the second half for the fans to start becoming more active, really trying to cheer their team on to victory.
Yeah.
Hasn't really been much of an effect here in this first half. I mean, there have been, some cheers, but
Relatively quiet.
very, very quiet so far for this first half.
Game, it's kind of shocking. You figured they'd be on their feet the entire time.
Even brought a mascot out here. You never know.
Props to Chi Omega. The Owl is in the building.
20 seconds and counting. KD on taking the last shot.
Yep.
Swinging around the perimeter, staying patient.
Oh.
Fortunately, turn the ball over, and that's going to take us to halftime, ladies and gentlemen. KD 8, Chi Omega 15.
What a defensive struggle that first half was. Maybe the offense will open up in the second half. Let's hope so. But
Hoping so. I think teams are going to settle in, really start to evaluate what went down in the first half, and maybe get some coaching points, some adjustments, and let's hope if we can see an offensive explosion here in the second half.
Let's see it. All right. We'll be back for the second half. Wilson Gibson, Reed Harvey.
maybe it's going to bode well for the rest of the second half.
A sign of things to come.
I can really see in this half that foul count will be a lot more intriguing instead of the first half just being 3-2. I could really see a team reaching the bonus.
What about the double bonus? Do you think we'll get that far?
I mean, that'd be a real treat if we do. I mean, with the pace of play, it could slow down any minute. We might only get to 4 fouls this half. You never know.
And the big question is, can these teams convert their free throws?
So far, KD's done a very good job at shooting at the line. I mean, I don't have the stats, but it seems like they've hit every one they've hit up in the second part of the first half.
KD really making a commitment to staying patient on offense.
Oh,
We have a jump ball. I believe the ball will stay with KD here.
that's a good break right here.
That was an excellent jump ball call right there. It was all ball, no arms grabbed. Terrific call by the
Four
official
hands.
right there.
4 hands. That's what you look for, right? 4 hands.
4 hands and 1 ball.
I get you.
Oh, man.
3-ball KD.
A money shot from number 11.
We're now looking at a 4-point game.
So,
At what
Amy.
was threatening to be a double-digit deficit at the halftime. We're now looking at a 4-point game here for KD. It's an outstanding comeback.
Oh. Rim not too kind early goings.
We have a foul called.
Looks like that'll send number 50, Abby Woodard, to the line.
Now this is back to the point we had in the first half. Let's see if either team can convert their free throws. Misses the first. Converts the second.
Best case scenario you can ask for after that first miss. At least make the second one. That's what I always say. At least make the second one.
KD swinging the ball around the perimeter.
Let's see if they're pulling out anything from their sleeve here. Try to confuse the Chi Omega defense.
KD is now doing a really good job of anticipating the trap and getting the ball out early. That cross-court skip was very nice.
And Drew, like you said, just a couple minutes ago, look for the foul count, and that's already our third one, less than 5 minutes into this second half.
Oh, I mean, so far every foul has been a good one. Right there, that was a great call by the official and a good move on Kai Omega's part to foul the KD shooter.
I think if I'm a Chi Omega player, I'm going to foul just about every single time you're going up for a layup, just because you haven't proven to me that you can convert at the free throw line.
Yeah, sadly, I believe KD now moves to 1-6 at the free throw line. I apologize, 1-5.
You want to stay in the game, you got to hit these. Oh, good little roll around in there for Kappa Delta.
Game back at 4 points. KD really needs to get a stop here if they really want to break over that wall.
Need to wake up a little bit on both sides of the ball.
Shot goes a little long. Willis with the rebound.
Oh, a good shooter's roar out there.
Woo! Seems Willis is trying to continue her first half dominance.
That could spark this Chi Omega defense. Well, I'm hearing some fans starting to get into it. I guess they finally realize this is a championship game. The road ends here. There ain't no game after this. It's win or you go home.
Yeah, this is more the game we really expected out of these two sororities here.
Oh,
Seems we have a traveling violation on the
travel
floor.
action. Drew, what'd you think of that?
Another good call. I mean, it was a little bit of a hop right there, an easy call to make right there.
Kaio takes over. Now, if you're Kaio here, Wilson, what is your motivation to really take an early shot? She converts the bucket right there.
Well, it looks like they're playing a really soft zone. So, my mindset would be, you ain't going to come guard me, I'm going to shoot over your face.
I definitely
Doesn't
hear you.
matter if I make it or I miss it. Start coming guarding me. Oh, man.
Looks like
She went
another
about
KD
halfway to the
turnover.
library on that out of bounds. That was an easy call. I could have made that one, Drew, and I'm not an official.
It was a great call. The Coyote player slid over, maintained defensive position in front of her, and forced the player out of bounds.
Yeah.
Textbook.
She really used that sideline as a second defender.
Oh, it's the best defender on the court. Can't get a foul on that one.
I like that. Never heard that before. I like that. I'll have to use that sometime.
Kayo now showing a little bit of patience, a little penetration. Foul called.
And that's why they teach you in youth ball. Play with your hands up, not swiping down.
Foul on 2, Stewart.
Looks like I'm hearing some chirping on the court from some players wanting to know where the foul is. Could there be a technical in the air, Drew?
I mean, you could definitely smell it out here. We're missing Ty Carter, but if he was out here, we'd have one.
The T King, as he's known around here. Man, what a pass.
Another offensive rebound. Yet another foul.
You really got to love Kaio's tenacity to get in there and draw the foul. KD's not keeping their hands up to
They're
save their
still
life.
playing like the score is 0-0, and that's what everyone wants to see.
On these free throws, Kaio could extend the lead to double digits, and I think a double-digit lead at this point in the game could almost secure a victory.
Yeah, it could be the kiss of death if you're a Kappa Delta fan. But we have all seen crazier things happen in these championship games, fellas.
That's very
A
true.
lot of ball is left. We'll see what happens.
Fortunately, she goes 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Little tussle for the rebound. KD controls.
You really want to get a basket if you're Kappa Delta right here. Just for some confidence, really. You don't want to take shots like that. That's for sure.
Yeah,
But that was a hurried shot, unnecessary. And if they give out a bucket on this defensive possession, we could see the winner 10 minutes into this game, 10 minutes into this half.
Yes, KD is definitely now entering what I like to call the danger zone, the zone before the game really becomes out of hand one way or the other. I believe they need to really show a commitment to getting the ball back inside and probably trying to get some easy looks instead of shooting so many jumpers.
Another foul on 14. Drew, what'd you think of that call?
I thought there was definitely a foul on the shot, but you could have even called an offensive rebounding foul on that one. 14, I believe, it really came in late, pushing out the defender. Everyone's entitled to their own zone, and she just took it over. So,
She really got in her kitchen, didn't she?
Oh, she was cooking in her kitchen.
About halfway through the second half here, and we now have the first double-digit lead of the game. Kaio now goes up 24-14, and we have a timeout by KD, the first one of the half.
This timeout is brought to you by the Lab. Putting in the man hours. What were you saying, Reed? That was rude of me to interrupt you.
Oh, no, you're fine. I believe just at this point in the game, I think KD needs to start showing a little bit of desperation. They need to start acting like the game matters to them and, diving on the floor, committing.
Show some heart.
Yeah, I want to see some
grit,
effort, some grit.
Some GRIT out there.
Because like you said, they're not out of the game, but they are most definitely in a hole right now.
Now, Reed, if you were a player for Kappa Delta, what's your mindset going into these next? Do you want to play more intensely offensively, or do you want to play more intensely defensively?
I think in my mind it starts on the defensive end. I think I would switch us to a man-to-man defense and try to, create some turnovers by making Kaio play a little bit faster on offense than they want to. And then when the floor opens up in transition, I think I would make a real commitment to try to get to the rim, but see if I can get some foul calls and get some easy shots at the line. See what KD's strategy is here coming out of this timeout.
And they still got fouls to give.
Most definitely.
Neither one team's really close to the bonus yet, but time will tell.
Yeah, KD definitely needs to go ahead and put some points on the board this possession.
If they don't, I'm afraid Kyle Mega might smell some blood in the water.
Now, Drew, a question for you. How important is a time score situation when you're reffing a basketball game?
I mean, it goes into every game. You try not to acknowledge it too much, but it is a factor. As the game goes out of the way, you really got to start taking care of the team down. The frustration starts to come out, and you really don't want to throw out any unnecessary technicals on a team that's down, especially in a game like this.
Tensions are high. Things might get chippy.
I mean, with two rival sororities, you never know what could happen. I mean, this could turn into an NHL hockey fight for all we know.
We've seen crazier things happen, folks.
Kaio back to showing some patience on offense here. Off on 3 there. KD controls.
Looks like 13 Wills has cooled off a little bit in the second half.
Looks like it. Maybe KD has put in a decent game plan, slow her down, give her some different looks. KD still, walking the ball up the court. Not really showing very much sense of urgency. I believe the ball is stuck, and
so we have to get our referee Jerry Campbell to go knock it down.
People often forget referees are athletes too.
Yeah, Jerry there showing off the 16-inch vertical. Very proud of him.
I mean, no stretching or anything. Just went up there and jumped. I couldn't do that.
I mean, we
I'd
only
probably pull a
hire the best.
hamstring. An elite official for sure.
KD finally
General.
converting a free throw. The Kaio crowd is coming
they're
alive
after
more
it.
and more.
Getting after it. I like it. I like they're showing something. They're not just a bunch of blue hair sitting in the stands with their mouths open.
Willis, as if on cue, as if she heard us mentioning
she
her
must have
name,
heard us up here.
and goes and gets another bucket, pushing it back to a double-digit lead for Chi Omega here.
Oh,
Excellent
tenacious
defense.
D in the snatch of destiny.
Oh, yeah, you really got to like the patience for the ref right there. Waiting to see, watching the hand hit the ball, and leaving no whistle on the court.
You don't want to make the call too early.
Can always be late, but you can never be early.
It's very good insight there, Drew. I never knew that.
You remind me of Gene Steratore. Everyone ever tell you that?
I've heard that before. I don't make his money, but I believe I can commentate just as good as him.
I believe I'd have to agree. KD back to swinging the ball around, looking for their opportunity.
Oh.
Kaio goes back to the trap. Ball is loose. Believe a foul has been called. Let's see what the call is.
Looks like it was the referee signaled a wrap or a hug-like motion.
I believe the term you're looking for is a hold.
A hold.
Yes, it
As
seems
the
a
official.
hold on
officials
number
call it.
While
Smithson.
that wasn't the official mechanic for that call, we all got his gist on that one. It was a good call protecting the player on the court. It was already on the ground from getting hurt.
Kaio now back to extending their defense. It's really opening up the inside, but sadly, KD just can't seem to convert on their post-ups this game.
The size advantage of Kyle Omega is just paying off. Oh, money!
Kaio almost trying to push the lead further with about
That
six
was
and a half
a pretty
minutes left to
ball
go.
right there. That could be the dagger. But then again, don't want to jinx it for Kyle Omega.
Tripping foul there.
I don't necessarily like the call on that one. I would have waited. The players were in their defensive position. I just let that ball run out of bounds on that one.
That foul comes with about just over 6 minutes left in the second half. 29-15, Kyle Omega.
Oh, and what do you think about the call of keeping it on the floor there, Drew?
I think that was the right call. She definitely wasn't going up, but I would like to see the ball underneath the basket on that one.
Sparks flying now at McClellan Gym as both teams have now converted on back-to-back three-point baskets.
But could it be too little too late for Kappa Delta, though?
I don't know. We're sitting at an 11-point deficit here, and they most definitely need to start scoring points and fast.
They need to lock it down and shoot it up. They want a chance.
In the late minutes of the game, Kaio's really shot up in the foul count from 2 fouls to 16 fouls. Their next foul puts KD in the bonus that could give him a spark to get back in this game.
It's definitely something to keep your eye on. Oh, man.
Oh, unfortunate.
Uh-oh. Foul. Let's see who this one's going to be on.
Seems to may have an injury on the court. I believe that's number 14, Vaughn, slow to get up there. Nice to see her walk away on her own power.
I think that's the foul that's going to put. Is that going to put them in the bonus?
Oh, they're in the
yes,
bonus.
That's what they're signaling.
I believe
Bonus
so.
the
We
rest
now
of
have
the way for Kappa Delta.
Vaughn,
Those are-
number
those are-
14 on the line for the 1-1.
Those are tough fouls to call. They're big hustle plays. You just hate to call them. Two players going hard at it and just one end up in the wrong spot and fouling the other.
Fortunately, she misses the front end of the 1-1.
That's
Kaio
the last
control.
thing you want to do in this situation. And that's
Unfortunately-
that's another one of those things you do not want to do in this situation if you're Kyle Omega.
Seems both teams are right now expressing an inability to finish the game.
Yeah.
Both teams are still sitting on timeouts. I wonder if either team with 4.5 minutes to go wants to gather their wits and maybe calm their team down.
Yeah. You can't take them with you. Not if there was another game. Can't do it. It's against the rules. I don't make the rules. I just commentate about them.
Kaio really
Gotta
still
get a
extending
three
their
here.
defense. Great pass. Back to a double-digit game with 4 minutes left to go in the second half. Let's see if KD can get a stop and maybe get a little run going.
Yeah. Oh, that's just what they needed. I feel like if I'm Kappa Delta, I'd take a timeout right here.
I think I'd have to agree. I think a timeout would be a great thing to do here. Really calm your team down, really get your breath back, and start to play fast.
Really tell your team what philosophy you want to play with in these closing minutes. Oh, I thought I heard a slap on that one.
Oh, no. She's come in with the clap on every three-point, just trying to give a noise distraction in it
disturb
without
the shooter, huh?
Oh,
Okay.
of course.
See, that's why I'm not an official.
Another Kaio turnover. I believe that makes 3 in a row.
They're
Kaio
trying-
needs to.
They're doing their best to give this game away.
They
I don't
need to.
understand it.
They need to settle down.
There's no shot clock. Just
There's no shot clock.
There's
and they're
no shot
leading.
clock.
There's
Just
no pressure on them to
dribble
take
out,
any shots.
Make the easy passes and go home with the T-shirt and the win. That could have been a game-changing player out there.
That was a big shot.
I
Kaio
was
now
ready
out on the
for it.
break. Very smart, slowing the ball down, realizing that you're in control of this game. You don't have to do anything.
Let's dribble it out and take it on home.
Uh-oh, another transition situation. It's a one-on-one matchup. Oh, unfortunately,
Gotta
can't
convert
convert.
that.
KD maintains possession.
A
Unfortunate.
little too long on that one.
KD continues to get good looks. They just haven't seemed to be able to convert tonight.
Can't convert. Can't do it.
And so far,
It's
that's
not
been the
their
tail
day.
of the tape.
With the clock approaching 2 minutes, you would start to believe you'll see KD fouling to put the clock at a stoppage with fouls.
And that's where that game could really get away from them.
They can really slow down Kaio with the inability for people to hit foul shots. They could really claw their way back into the game.
Believe we have our second charge timeout by Kappa Delta. Believe they're now out for the rest of the game.
This timeout's brought to you by jorts. I cannot wait to go home and put on my jorts. It was a 9-point game, about $1.50 left. One team in the bonus. One team 3 fouls away from the bonus. What do you do here? For you, my simple solution for Kappa Delta is to score the basketball. You're
Well-
down 9 points. You got to score the basketball.
Will Wilson on offense, that's what they're looking to go to. But on defense, I would see them going for the fouls right here, trying to force into the bonus. And to just hope they miss their shots. I mean, you're 3 away from the bonus, and you're 6 away from the double bonus. You got plenty of fouls to give.
I think now it becomes very important to have paid attention to how Kaio shot free throws throughout the game, because now you want to put the right people on the line so you can get that miss.
Exactly. And maybe run a couple traps on the inbounds.
It'll be
Do
interesting
your
to see
best
how
get a turnover.
KD comes out and plays defense.
Be interesting how the refs react to the end of this game. If their whistles get a lot sounder or a lot louder.
About 2 minutes left. Kaio seems to. The
Tensions
Kaio
are up,
crowd is
players are getting
live.
into it. Fans are getting into it. Coaches are getting into it. It's just what you love to see during a championship game. It's what intramurals is all about.
Seems KD is struggling to find an open look and an unfortunate turnover there. Foul called. Believe it's on 14. Vaughn.
Probably a good foul right there. Make them earn them at the line.
True enough, but I would like to see that foul about half court. Stop him out there and try to force him into the bonus. Right here, you give him 2 shots to clearly a good foul shooter.
A little Swiss action right there. Nothing but nylon, as we say.
KD looking to get a quick score here. Pull up Jay. No good. Yet another run out for Kaio. A one-on-one situation here.
Onions!
That was a good no call by the official right there, letting the play go out, not giving him a foul too early and taking away a nice easy layup on that one.
And that could be the game.
I hate to be the one with the bad news, but I believe you called it right there, Wilson. It might be too much.
The final nail in the Kappa Delta coffin. Oh, wait a second, ladies and gentlemen. They're not going down without a fight.
This is a 9-point game with 45 seconds left, and right here, why is KD not fouling?
I don't think they know what they're doing right now. You gotta stop the clock. You really got to get the ball back.
You have to point to their lack of the coach. Kaio's out here with the basketball head mascot that's really been calling a lot of shots from the bench, keeping them up to date on the foul count.
Yes, Kaio seems very content to just dribble the clock out.
The triple team is going to kill you every time. Leaving the shooter like that wide open. Surprised you didn't just pull it right there and say, good night.
With about 10 seconds left, looks like we're sitting on a Kaio victory here.
They're counting it down now.
Oh, a dirty
2, 1.
A dirty late shot by Kaio. We might see some revenge next year in the title game.
And that's it. It's a final now. Chi Omega, 32. Kappa Delta, 23. Chi Omega, your intramural sorority league champions, 2019. What a great game.
It was.
Turned up in the second half. I was worried in the first half, but second half was some pretty entertaining basketball.
Yes, and I believe as the first game of the night, it did a great job of introducing some drama and intrigue for our championship night tonight.
It was a good appetizer.
It very was.
Now,
it very
about
well
to dive
was.
into the main course here. Keep it locked in on the live stream. Wilson Gibson, Reed Harvey, bringing the fraternity championship next.
Remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out, y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts, accountants count me in. Make millions every year, the South's champion. Cause all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah. And they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. Swerving in my low, Head on a swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Tell Cali, back it up, my niggas call me loco. Down for armed trafficking, don't make me pull that fofo. Ask you what you laughing at, represent that mud life. Dirty money, bitch, you better get your mud right. We come together holding hands and holler hood life. We all strapping all black, it's like Bud Light.
All we do is win.
You riding to what? Cause we riding tonight. Now you riding with me cause you wasn't riding.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Heat in the kitchen, pot on the stove, water getting boiled, dope being sold, Snoopy in the hootie, system overload. I've been running this rap game since I was 20 years old. I hung with the worst of them, bust till I burst them up, floss them up, toss them up, harder work, close them up. Pardon me, I'm bossing up, brace you up, bless you, bro, don't mess with us. We like the U in the 80s, back to back, set a track, hit the lick, get it back.
All right, lady. I'm on. No, I'm good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet. It's time to announce tonight's starters. First off for BYX, the sophomore from Chattanooga, Jason Chef Curry. The junior from Memphis, Tennessee, Cooper. What's his name? Coop there is. Foreman. The senior coming out of Nashville, Tennessee, Connor BB25, hashtag if you know, you know, right build. The junior coming out of Sparta, Tennessee, Jacob Fresh. And lastly, the junior coming out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, Jackson Malcolm. The Sigma Chi starters, the junior from Henry County, Tennessee, Luke Red Mamba Reed. The senior hailing from Brentwood, Tennessee, Avery Cohen. The junior from Inglewood, Tennessee, Dylan Miller. The senior from Jackson, Tennessee, Andrew, give me that change, Nickel. And lastly, the junior from Jackson, Tennessee, Colton C. Lowry. The officials for tonight's game, Jason Alvis, Michael King, Josh Smith, Gunnar Sneed on the scorekeeping.
Should be an interesting one here tonight. Game 2 for championship night here for UTC Intramurals.
The fraternity championship.
Yeah, it should be a very interesting one. We got Sigma Chi going up against BYX Purple. I believe that's their team 1. What are you expecting from this game here tonight, Wilson?
I'm expecting a tough physical battle. No Cinderellas in this bracket. All chalk. The two best teams from the league meeting together for the championship. You know, you gotta love it. I'm expecting high scoring, high intensity, a lot of grit out here tonight.
And the first thing I'm noticing is Sigma Chi doesn't really have a bench tonight, so we'll see how much that comes into a factor around the second half.
Look around that 8-minute mark in the second half. You'll see a lot of hands on knees, a lot of huffing and puffing. We'll see how they use their timeouts. But when you have no bench, in my opinion, timeouts can't save you. The timeouts can't play the game for you.
BYX with the first possession.
Oh! Money! Money is flowing early.
And BYX on the board first with that three-pointer. Let's see how Sigma Chi answers.
Oh! Right back in his face. It's raining threes over here in McClellan. Grab your umbrella.
Seems like it's a much more up-tempo game from last game that we had.
Oh, first miss. Oh, man. Am I at McDonald's? Because I'm loving it, guys. I'm loving it. Oh, almost back-to-back. Like Jordan, 96-97. I believe I got those dates right.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
I'm no historian.
Seems both teams really are pulling up a lot from three. Not really many shots being taken inside the arc so
Playing a
far.
lot of Steph Curry ball. Now, basketball to me is 4 to 3-point line. Twos only. Back in my playing days, we didn't have the three. Strictly twos. Kind of miss it.
It was a different game for sure.
Different game, different era. Count it!
First foul of the game.
You don't want to foul the man wearing a shooting sleeve. Basketball 101.
See if he'll convert the
Drew, what'd you
and
think of that call right there?
I was on my phone. I did not see the call, but I trust the officials on that one. It was a great call.
All right. Thank you. Resident official Drew Williams. Going to be with us here all night. Lucky to have his expertise up here in the booth with us.
Hit about the 17 and a half minute mark.
Oh!
And Sigma Chi stays hot from deep.
They're not afraid to shoot these lights out.
And they're not afraid to shoot from deep either. They're most definitely ignoring the three-point line, stepping back 2 or 3 more feet.
I mean, that is the mystique of the McClellan Gym. There is college lines that typically throw off the shooters.
It'll be interesting to watch these shooters the rest of the evening.
A little holding foul on in transition there. BYX controls.
Let's see what they're going to concoct up here on this possession. Feeding it to the big man, and he hasn't failed you yet. Why would you stop?
I believe that's a matchup we're going to have to watch as this game goes along. It seems like BYX is very committed to feeding the post.
Yeah, they're going to have to shut him down if they want a chance to hoist up a T-shirt when that clock hits 0.
Sigma Chi a little out of control. Turn
Oh!
3.
Bang! Another one, as the kids say.
Sigma Chi now scoring all their points exclusively from 3. Again, going back to the inside. Unfortunately, couldn't convert there.
Miss of the night.
I think I agree. Sigma Chi seems to be aware of their lack of depth on the bench and seems to be slowing the game down every chance they get.
Conserve that energy. BYX is not afraid to bring the double team.
Seems he might have stepped out of bounds there. What do you think, Drew? Look good to you?
I believe so. The official in that spot, though, has really got to sell the call, let the player know he was out. You can see the player turn around, disbelieving the official. You really got to come in firing away on that call.
Make him believe it, as they say, I believe.
BYX controls. Really trying to stay patient, trying to find the matchup that works for them this possession.
Oh.
I'm not exactly sure what that was, but it for sure didn't work.
That was something else.
Maybe a little bit too
Slop-
much razzle-dazzle to
Little
start the
sloppy
game.
Joe action. There's a fine line between razzle dazzle and sloppy Joe.
Crowd also sounds much more engaged this game.
This will be the game of the night. I'm calling it right here. I'm locking it in. Take it to the bank. Game of the night right here.
Yeah. Turn to the bottom of the floor. You can see our game administrator running out some Kai spectators from sitting on the bench.
Well, we have some guys enforcing the rules down there. This ain't an anarchy.
No, it's not. Not at all.
Another layup for BYX. Seems like Sigma Chi really doesn't have that much interior defense so far.
Seems like they're still trying to feel BYX out. Which only down by 1 point, first possession or first half. Kind of don't blame them.
Yeah, with about 13 and a half minutes to go, it seems like both of these teams are still trying to figure out what exactly it is they want to do. I think BYX has done a better job of more establishing an identity of wanting to go inside.
And another turnover.
Another bad turnover for, I believe that's Chef Curry. Not very Curry-like him out there.
Really not.
Nothing but serving up turnovers right now.
Yeah. A little reminiscent of Tony Romo from the National Football League.
Sigma Chi back in control. Sigma Chi's offense is it's a little unpredictable so far. They haven't really shown that they have a team identity or a way they really want to attack.
It's like a foul call. Would you have called a foul or a jump ball there, Drew?
I would have called that one on the on BYX on that one. They were going through the rebounder on that one, pushing through. I would have sat there with Sigma Chi ball on the floor.
Thank you, Drew.
Seems-
45 is just wanting it out there.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Pure will.
couldn't convert that time. But what do you think about that charge call there, Drew? Is that right?
I mean, it was a good charge call. I like to see on both sides of the court, 'cause there was a charge on the other side that got passed up on. So, big part of reffing is keeping it consistent.
The hardest call in basketball. The block or the charge. Looking forward to watching these refs call it all night.
Crowd now very much into it, very alive.
This game started off hot, but both these teams are cooling off.
Seems Sigma Chi looks a little frustrated out there on the floor. Things slowing down. Teams recuperating, regrouping.
And one! That was a pretty obvious call, wasn't it, right there, Drew?
Oh, I like that call. He was pushing with his left forearm against the back of the offensive player. It's an easy call to make.
And then number 7 for Sigma Chi at the line, looking to convert it and one. About 11 minutes to go. We're looking at a pretty tight game here, Wilson. You think we can see the same thing for the rest of the game?
I think it's going to be a knockout, drag out, till that clock hits triple zeros. I'm just feeling it. You know, April Madness out here, what we call it.
Bad foul there by number 50. Not really sure what he was thinking right there.
Yeah. Drew Nichols, usually a very smart player.
Once you get the train rolling, it's hard to slow down, though. I mean, he was moving quick out there.
Yep. Still only his first. He's not worried about it. I assume. I haven't asked him, but I just assume.
However, though, the foul count now is 4-1. Let's see if we can see Sigma Chi begin to match their aggression. I think our first charge timeout on the floor, the Sigma Chi.
Good timeout there. Right, this is about right at the 10-minute mark. Good time to take it. That's where I prefer to take at least my first one. You know, catch your breath, get some water, and you regroup, and go back out there and get some more points.
Yeah, through 10 minutes of action, we're looking at an 11-10 game. Doesn't really seem like either team is coming out to a big advantage. It'll be interesting to see how these two teams finish out this half.
The threes were falling fast, and they were falling early, but we have hit a drought. A Sahara Desert-sized drought.
Sigma Chi controlling. It'd be interesting to see if BYX continues to stick with this extended 2-3 zone the whole game. Sigma Chi has shown that they can knock down the deep ball, so it'll be interesting to see if they can continue to get open looks and continue capitalizing.
I'm looking forward to finding out these answers, Reed. Nowhere near going in on that one.
Yeah, he shot that one a little strong. It's a little deep off the line. Looks a
Someone
little
must have
rushed.
opened the door and draft came in, because that wasn't going anywhere fast. Oh, active hands.
Another fast break layup for Sigma Chi. Now out to an early 3-point lead.
Yeah, don't look now, but Sigma Chi's on a little run here. I believe that's a 4-0 run. Oh! Got him! The answer.
Seems some very unhappy players.
Chippy down there.
What did you see there, Drew? Was that a bad no call?
I saw a lot of complaining over nothing. I mean, he just dribbled himself underneath the basket and then just looked to the ref to make a play for him. I mean, never make the ref win you the game.
That's the last thing you want to do. I wouldn't have been surprised to see a technical there either.
Deep three.
And just when you think Sigma Chi is going to go on a run, BYX comes back and goes on one of their own.
See if Sigma Chi can stop the bleeding here and maybe get a bucket.
They seem a little flustered.
Believe we have a foul call.
Thought that was a great foul call. BYX God's team was just not playing very godly on that one with a nice shove.
Baseline out of bounds here for Sigma Chi.
Showing active hands out there. Not want to give them anything easy.
Believe it'll still be Sigma Chi ball here. Let's see if Sigma Chi can manufacture some offense here. Really in need of a bucket after going down to a 6-0 run here.
They really need to find an answer, and they need to find an answer fast.
Tough defense there by BYX.
I'm interested to see if they slow things down or keep playing with that up-tempo they've been playing with.
Off the mark there. Rebound.
Heat
Off
check
the
right
mark.
there from Fresh, but it looks like he's might have gone cold.
And again, two more offensive rebounds. At some point in time, we'll hope to see BYX convert some layups. Seems without number 45 in the game, they don't really have much of a low post presence.
Bang! Another one.
Now, we talked about the 2 timeouts per half. You know, withstanding a run like this, do you think about calling the second one a little early?
I think you have to. Maybe not. They must know something I know.
Great job by Sigma Chi there, weathering the storm, staying mentally ready, shot ready, knocking down a big shot to end the run. Looking about a 6-point game with about 6 minutes left in the first half. Could you say this is what we've expected, Wilson?
This is what I expected. 2 good basketball teams. Playing good defense, making plays, hitting threes. Just everything you could ask for.
It seems number 7 on Sigma Chi is...
Yeah, number 7, Avery Cohen, is getting very flustered out there, ladies and gentlemen.
He might be an engineer from Brentwood, but he's no basketball ref by any means.
And BYX now shooting very, very deep threes.
Good layup.
It's a 4-point game here. BYX in control. Seems like BYX is just going to continue to shoot 35-footers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the smartest strategy to win the game.
I don't know if that was part of their game plan or if that just a switch up or what. Money!
Looks like we have the first charge timeout to BYX, up by 1. 5 minutes left to go here in this first half. This is an exciting one. This is a heavyweight fight here we're watching here, Wilson.
This is a good one. Let's go to our sponsor now. The sponsor this time will be jorts. I cannot wait to go home and put on my jorts. 1-point game, less than 5 minutes to go in the first half. Some real good basketball.
Coming out of this timeout, it's like we said, basketball, this game has been a game of runs so far, and it's looking like now whoever has the last run is going to win the game.
It's appearing that way. Just going tit for tat on every possession. Just really, championship basketball at its finest right here. We're in for a barn burner. I'm
Most
telling you right
definitely.
now, mark it.
Let's see if Sigma Chi can continue to keep their cool in the face of what they feel like is maybe some calls not going their way.
Yeah. Some adversity is definitely brewing for the Sigma Chi guys.
Strong drive there by, I believe, Fresh for BYX. Two free throws coming up. Knocks
Straight
down the
set.
first.
Two for two. Can't get much better than that.
It's a big conversion there.
Best case scenario.
Sigma Chi looking for their opening.
It's the wrong side of the iron for them on that one.
Double dribble called there. Drew, you don't think the ball might have been poked out?
I mean, on that one, I'm just going to have to call it how it is. That's just a blown call. I mean, that was two players on each team hitting at the ball. You just got to let that one play through.
Long on the three there. Sigma Chi seems to be very, very, very aggressive on the rebounding.
Little trap action. Oh, and that's the risk you run. When you run that trap, you're bound to leave a dude open way down the court.
Yeah, Sigma Chi's inability to get back could reflect back to the fact that they don't have a bench. They could be feeling some fatigue early in this.
It could be start setting in earlier than they anticipated.
Another fast break here for BYX, a stop and pop. Unfortunately, probably not the shot they wanted to get right there on that possession.
They're playing, in my opinion, they're playing a little too fast. They need to settle down.
I
Move
agree.
the ball, run their offense, take good shots.
Up 5 with about 2.5 left to go in the first half. I say you sit on your lead, make smart passes, smart cuts, and you can go to half with the lead.
Yeah, take it into halftime, regroup, come up with a better game plan, and come out here and try to put the nail in the coffin.
Beautiful offense there by Sigma Chi, lowering the ball below the last line of defense, flattening the defense out, and then cutting straight through the middle.
Yeah, that was a real good offensive set by the boys in blue. And for every punch Sigma Chi's thrown, BYX seems to have an answer.
Seems Sigma Chi is continuing to plead with the refs. Drew, what is your position on players coming and talking to you about things that you may or may not be missing?
I mean, if it's polite and courteous, they can talk to me all day. But if they're coming at me with an attitude and they're leaving with a technical, that's all I got to say about it.
I don't blame you.
Well, you heard it here first from Drew Williams.
Ooh, a little
Come at him with an
round
attitude
on the
and
pass.
Tech's waiting on you.
Oh, good bucket from Dylan Miller out there.
And despite not playing their best basketball, Sigma Chi is still in a pretty good position in this half. Block call there, Drew. What are we thinking?
I'm thinking that was a charge. I mean, he had both feet on the ground and had already established position, and he just went straight back on that one. You can't call that a charge. I mean, that's just a poor angle from the official. He was too high up. He was looking through the guy's back. You gotta fight down to get a better view on that play.
Oh, man. A little sauce on that basket.
I believe we have a foul called.
2 shots in number 7. Oh, wait. Is it? Who's going to the line? Oh, no shot. On the floor.
A steal here by Sigma Chi. Unfortunately, a little too much flavor on the behind the back pass. And a foul call here. Let's see what the call is.
Looks like a
I believe
push on number 7, Sigma Chi. Or wait, no, might have it. Was that 45 or 7?
I believe they called 45 on
45
BYX for shoving.
BYX.
What do we think about that, Mr. Expert?
Oh, and that's the half.
And,
BYX 30, Sigma Chi 25. That's still anybody's ball game, folks.
Yeah, it was a very electric end to the half. We saw sparks fly there. A jersey got grabbed, almost torn. Seems like maybe more good basketball here to come for the second half.
Yeah. Strap in, folks. We'll be back for the second half here in a couple minutes.
About to start the second half here. BYX still has a 5-point lead over Sigma Chi. Think we can look to Sigma Chi start the second half here. BYX still shoot a little bit less threes. Maybe try to get to the line, convert some easy ones.
Really get some offense generated other than just going down and chalking up a prayer.
Definitely, and I think BYX could look to maybe change their defense. Maybe actually commit to playing a man-to-man. Might actually get some more stops and get some looks in transition.
Because they have left some shooters open from Sigma Chi, but they've just gone cold.
And again, Sigma Chi still no bench. It'll be interesting to see how that
Boom!
plays as the game goes along.
Nailed it.
Way to start the half, though.
Best case scenario for a halftime start if you're a Sigma Chi fan at home. And the layup goes in. All right, Sigma Chi moving the ball down through here, trying to get a shot off. A little fadeaway, no good. All right, looks like it'll be
A few technical difficulties there, ladies and gentlemen.
It'll be Sigma Chi ball.
We got a tie game here with about 17 and a half to go.
Sigma Chi just feeding into the post to Big Drew Nickel.
Real heads-up post player watching his 3 seconds and getting out of the paint.
Strong board there. The
Smart,
kick back
fundamental
out.
Basketball.
Seems BYX is really trying to play good defense here. Sigma Chi taking their time.
Bonnie! And a quick 8-0 run for Sigma Chi coming out of the half.
Let's look to BYX to feed the post here again. Maybe get an easy look.
Yeah, 45 was hitting them early. Let's see if they give him back to him.
There he is on the dribble drive.
Oh!
Just really looking for a call on that one, but it was a clean play. The player was in defensive positioning and slid with the offensive player, having minimal contact. It was all created by the offensive player, and he has no reason to complain on that one.
Especially since he made the shot. Well, what do you think? Do you think that was a flop, or do you think that was a mischarge?
Oh, that was a flop 100% of the way. He felt a small elbow and went straight to the floor. That's nothing.
Seems the game is starting to get real intense now. We have BYX up by 1.
The heat has been turned up in McClellan Gymnasium, Reed. Oh! Bang!
And the offensive onslaught continues.
Yeah.
Sigma Chi retaking a 2-point lead.
It's raining again.
Sigma Chi does seem a little winded, seem a little fatigued.
Intense on offense, intense on defense. You gotta love to see this.
Seems Sigma Chi still begging for some calls here. as Cooper Foreman ties the game back up.
The bank was open on that one.
About 15 minutes to go left in the second half. We are looking at a tie ball game here. I think at this point in time, Sigma Chi really needs to just take control of their emotions and really stay calm and play their game.
Yeah, just play basketball. All you need to do.
A lot of fans in the stands from both sides calling for technicals for no reason. That was just a clean jump ball.
That was just a jump ball that took people to the floor. I don't understand their booing. I guess they just don't watch a lot of basketball, Drew.
Not big basketball fans. I believe there's just a lot of soccer fans in the crowd. Anytime they hit the floor, they expect a gunshot wound. I don't know.
Seems BYX controls after the jump ball. Seems some full court pressure coming here from Sigma Chi. I wonder if they're really trying to speed BYX up or if they're looking to get some turnovers.
Players getting in each other's ways out here. Tensions are running high.
Seems we may have some blood on the court. Seems we may clear the...
Hide all your cuts, ladies and gentlemen.
Clear the court and get this taken care of real quick.
Don't want to catch anything.
Quick officials timeout.
Is there actual blood, or did someone call timeout?
I believe there was blood on the court called by the official. Good old street ball rules on that one. No blood, no foul, I guess. I don't know.
I reckon so, Drew.
But that's why supervisors for UTC Intramurals go through a long, arduous training process on the weekend that they don't get paid for, so they can clean up blood on intramural courts and take care of the players.
I believe it's blood-borne pathogen training.
Yeah, I think we can't say enough about those intramural supervisors. I think they do so much on a day in and day out basis to provide, this great environment, this great intramural program that we can watch today. Hats off to the supervisors.
Hats off. They truly do the Lord's work out there.
Seems it's an extended timeout here. Not exactly sure what's being done to clean up the blood. Seems like a lot of players are kind of just sitting around and watching, but
catching their breath,
rehydrating. You'd think Sigma Chi would be taking their time and sit on the bench, resting their legs, really trying to stay off of their feet while they can. With another 14 minutes of long, hard basketball, maybe even longer. We might get free ball tonight.
I always love me some free ball.
So does the NCAA.
I think it's such a delicate point in time. This is really kind of a turning point in the game. I think whichever team can put together a run here can really, give themselves a better chance to finish the game and win the game here. I think this next run is going to be a pivotal one as far as deciding who wins the game.
I agree, Reed.
I think a storyline that'll carry into the late part of this half is with 5 players for Sigma Chi, the foul count can really get away from them if they're not careful, and they might start losing players to the old 5 count out.
Yep. It would be hard to win a 5v4 game and a championship nonetheless. You have everything on the line.
It's the moment you wish you had a bench.
Yeah. So we have Jay McClain out there cleaning up the suspected blood on the court.
Notice how he uses a glove so the blood can't touch his skin. You learned that one in blood-borne pathogens class.
Yeah, very sanitary, very safe, and very effective.
Probably a nice vinegar-based cleaning substance that won't harm the wooden floor with a clear coat above it. Really helping last our courts out.
Yep. Looks like we almost got it cleaned up. We'll be back to playing some ball.
And I think it's also interesting and a good time to highlight, both teams still have both timeouts left here in the second half. And like we were talking about earlier, you can't take them with you. What do you think, if you're a Sigma Chi player, is your strategy for these last 2 timeouts in the second half?
Well, first thing I'm thinking about a Sigma Chi player, I'm like, well, sweet, we just got a third free timeout. But on another note, I feel like you probably need to take it, since with this prolonged stall, we should probably take it around the 8-minute mark or the 7.5-minute mark.
So the stall, you think that gives you a little extra time to, hold on to that first time out?
It should if they're in good shape, if they've really trained in the off season. Because the last thing you want to do is use both of them before 2 minutes. That way, if you need a timeout, you don't have any.
I think that's a great point you're making there, Wilson. Looks like now we might be about to be resuming play. Players are re-entering the court. All the officials aren't really back on the court yet.
I see one. I don't know where the other two have run off to. Hope they know we still got 14 minutes of game left.
Oh, and another ref has appeared. Oh, our crew is back,
There we
ladies and
go.
gentlemen.
Spilling out of the referee locker room where they're getting rehydrated by Powerade, the official drink of the Mocs.
As play is about to resume here, we're still looking at a 36-36 tie between BYX Purple and Sigma Chi 1. About 14 minutes left to play.
Active
And-
hands.
And it seems the blood on the court trick worked as BYX turns the ball over coming out of that official's timeout. Sigma Chi now starting to show a little more patience on offense.
Really taking their time, going through their motions.
Blocking foul here. What do you think about that one, Drew?
That was a good call. I mean, he was still moving in the paint, and that spot, still in this part of the game where you can take a foul you might not completely like, and it won't affect the game too much. If you're going to miss him early.
And if our foul count is correct, I believe that's the first foul called out of the half. Interesting development there.
Oh, I believe it's our second.
There we go. Updated.
Second, I do stand corrected. You're correct there. That's why you're the expert, Drew.
As a referee, I like to shout out the unsung heroes. Gunnar Smith down there, keeping track of not only the score, but the foul count. Usually a two-man job, doing the Lord's work.
Really is.
BYX controls, down by 1. Yet another steal for Avery, for Sigma Chi. Seems to be showing a real commitment to harassing BYX as they're trying to bring the ball to the front court.
A lot of grit and determination. And that's two back-to-back fouls on BYX. I'm sure that'll appease the Sigma Chi guys down there. They've been looking for calls most of the evening.
You could believe they're at church service the amount of times their hand's been up. I mean, they're finally having them down by their side, be able to shoot the ball and not complain. I mean, it's good for them.
First free throw knocks in. Some subs here for BYX. Looking to go a little bit bigger. Maybe trying to cut down on those offensive rebounds that Sigma Chi is getting.
For Sigma Chi, you really got to love these shooting fouls. Slowing down the game. It's a minute of not running. Be able to sit there and get unguarded points.
You can't beat free. And that's exactly what free throws are.
Right from the charity stripe.
Another BYX turnover. Another Sigma Chi layup.
Another run by the boys in blue.
As emotions are beginning to run high, do you think BYX should maybe call a timeout here? Try to calm the game back down?
I'm always a big fan of the cool-off timeout. The wave-off.
It's a very, very good patience by Jacob Presh there. Way to let the defender run by on the pump fake and then take the easy layup. Sigma Chi beginning to look fatigued again with about 11 minutes left to go in the second half. No kickball called there. What do you think about that, Drew?
I mean, kickball is an intentional kick of the ball. If you pass it in their foot, it's nothing.
BYX capitalizes with another layup. 1 point game. Sigma Chi up 1. About 10.5 minutes to go left in this game. Seems both teams are showing a lot of resiliency of being able to play through without any stoppage in play.
Just no quit.
Seems it's staying on the floor here for Sigma Chi. I believe a hold was called on Cooper Foreman for BYX. Drew, what do you got for us?
I think the rebounding has been pretty out of control so far on the whole night. It's really good, keeping the physicality down, especially in a fraternity game. As the game goes on late, keep it cut down, keep the players calm. Really just trying to manage emotions at this point.
Unfortunate turnover there for Sigma Chi. A little bit of a spill there.
Yeah, physical on both ends of the court.
I mean, that's just fraternity basketball for you. I mean,
fraternity
it's
basketball at its finest.
Tough, gritty. It reminds me of the 90s basketball.
The 90s NBA, the golden age, a lot of people call that.
First charge timeout called Sigma Chi. About 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second half. I think it's a good timeout. Their boys are walking the ball up the court, look really, really tired.
I really like that timeout there.
So going forward, putting you back in the mind of a Sigma Chi player here, Wilson.
Hold on, give me a second to get in that mindset. Okay, go.
All right. Do you think it's more important to play aggressive offensively or defensively with a 1-point lead here with about 9.5 minutes left to go?
I think you want to do defense. You know what they say, defense wins championships.
That is what they say. I think I have to agree with you. I think
you want to shut them down on the offensive side of the court, run your offense, and try to get as many points as you can in these last 10 minutes.
Yeah, Sigma Chi has definitely built this lead based off of defense, getting turnovers that are turning into some easy buckets.
Keep the active hands. Keep up the intensity. They're going to have a really good chance to win this ball game.
I heard another whistle. I'm not exactly sure if back-to-back timeouts have been called here. I believe that'd be unprecedented in Intramural Championship Night.
That'd be something I've never seen before.
We got some real brotherly love down here. A BYX player checking out a Sigma Chi player that's grabbing out his back. It's nice to see you breaking the competition and just two opposing teams be friends for a second.
Yes, because at the end of the day, we are all, in fact, monks.
Amen, brother. We'll have to keep an eye on number 7, Avery Cohen, for the rest of the evening, see if that back's going to affect him.
Seems he is okay. It's been a very entertaining brand of basketball played so far. I don't think I would have wanted this game any other way so far.
Yep. An instant classic is what it's brewing to be. Oh.
Sigma Chi player holding his neck. Could he possibly have gotten chopped?
Looks like a little elbow forearm to the head or neck area on that rebound.
Another turnover for BYX.
Like a cornerback reading the wide receiver's eyes, just seeing the ball come in, knowing to turn and start looking for the ball.
Going big so far, paying off for BYX as now they have controlled the defensive glass and stopped giving Sigma Chi a lot of second looks.
Now they just got to turn that defense into offense. Let's see if they draw up here on this possession.
Seems a series of ball screens. Seems
like number
couple
7
players on the floor really seem to be shaken up.
Yeah, number 7, Avery Cohen, who just took a second for his back. Looks like he's limping around right now. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, see how it affects his game.
And you wonder, with no bench, number 7 isn't able to continue. What will Sigma Chi do?
I mean, he's going to have to dig tough. I mean, the Stanley Cup playoffs kick off today. He's really got to channel an NHL mentality, not take a load management timeout.
Still looking at a 1-point game with about 7 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the second half. And it's weird. Jacob Fresh was a sure thing from the free throw line in the first half. Not more of the same here in the second.
He's leaving points on the board, and at a very crucial time too. You don't want to see that if you're a fan of the boys in purple.
Sigma Chi looks to be taking their time a little bit more. Seem to be a lot more patient on offense. Really looking to move the ball side to side to get the best possible look. Ball transfers possession back to BYX.
A little bit of an illegal screen right there.
And still nothing, empty-handed.
Still no points on the board.
This game has slowed down a lot these last couple minutes.
Yeah, if I'm not correct, there hasn't been a score since we stopped the game the second time for that second official's timeout. I think we're still looking at a 41-40 score.
I mean, we're looking at a 8-minute drought right now. Just a lot of defense. I think that break might have just cooled them off a little bit.
Boom! There we go!
And as
Just
if on
what
cue,
we needed.
open look going down for Sigma Chi.
I was about to die of thirst. That drought was so long.
BYX really could use a bucket here. Take the imaginary lid off the goal.
They need to find something, and they need to find it fast. And that wasn't it, Chief.
Sigma Chi controls into the front court. Maybe an ISO here. And they reset.
Yeah,
Loving the
Sigma Chi,
patience.
I want to slow down the game right here.
Especially with about 5.5 minutes to go. It's really important to stay calm, stay poised, stay under control.
No shooter's roll right there.
Yeah, unlucky on that first free throw.
If Sigma Chi is watching the foul count here, they can see they're only 2 fouls away from the bonus, and they can really slow this game down and buy some much-needed rest.
Be interested to see how that changes their offensive philosophy in these final couple minutes.
Seems both teams have not really converted any free throws here in the second half. Carrying violation.
You don't see that every day, Reed.
What do you think about that call there, Drew?
Oh, those are very tough judgmental calls. But in that moment, I mean, he's trying to dodge a Wolf coming up from behind and trying to just take care of that ball. I mean, it's a call. If it's there, you got to get it. It's giving him an unfair advantage to play through the defense.
They might not like it, but that's the rule.
Sigma Chi again showing some more patience. About 4 minutes left to go in this half. An unfortunate turnover there. I don't know about that one there, Drew. It looked like he might have got the ball off before he landed. What do you think?
I think he jumped the gun a little bit right there. This official, it's his first year reffing a fraternity championship game. A little bit of the nerves, jumped the gun just a tad bit. But I did see another official called it in as well. So we could not have my bad, got a little tongue twisted right there. Might not have got the best angle as two officials did blow it in.
I have to agree. We don't necessarily see everything from the bird's eye view up here.
They need to make a
fans
stop
sure would
here
think they do.
if they still want a good shot at winning this game.
Sigma Chi taking more and more time off the clock. We're now down to 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, and they still sitting on a 4-point lead.
And if you're BYX, you got to think you still have 5 more fouls to give.
Yeah, I think it's definitely time for
Or wait,
BYX
no.
showing some
Never
aggression.
No, they got 2 more, but I mean, they have 5 players
Mystery
on
to
the
the
bench.
scoreboard.
Late block call there. What do you think about that one, Drew?
I think better late than never on all calls, but on that one, I might have just let that one go. The BYX player did have a defensive positioning and could have just, on that one, it's on the offense or no call at all. So I think that one, you got to let it pass.
Sigma Chi still in control. And again, more and more time coming off the clock, and Sigma Chi just seems to maintain possession. We're looking at about 2 minutes left in this game. Still a 4-point lead.
Anyone's game right now, but if BYX wants a chance of winning, they got to do something.
Well, that's a great call right there. Really cutting down the physicality. BYX is getting frustrated. And I think they're also trying to reach that foul count right now. Force this game to the bonus. Oh, they did force in the bonus. By UTC league guidelines, is now normal NFHS basketball rules, and the clock will stop the rest of the way out.
Yeah. Drew Niggle to the line, so let's see what he can do here.
Misses the front end of a 1-and-1.
There's no change back on that one right there.
BYX finally
change
back in
back
control.
for Big Drew on that one. That could come back to bite him, but we'll see.
And you have to wonder if BYX is tight. You know, they didn't have the ball for about 2 minutes there. Got the ball back, took a quick shot. Probably not the shot that they wanted to take, and now seems like they're going to be playing the foul game the rest of the half.
It seems like that way.
They're only 2 away from the double bonus that could really boost Sigma Chi up on the scoreboard.
Sigma Chi at the line, shooting another 1-on-1.
Let's see what Dylan Miller can do here. Bottom.
Knocks in the first. Second free throw.
Now, Reed, from your days back at Laverne High School, do you go for the quick three or?
Oh!
Yes, so.
Bang!
A highlight play if I've ever seen one. I believe that'll be on ESPN's Top 10 tomorrow.
Oh! A little razzle and dazzle from Avery Cohen.
One
Seems
of the
Jacob.
toughest calls to call in the game right there and out of bounds. You can ask any NBA official and they'll tell you that.
Jacob Fresh
We don't
appears
have
to
the
be trying
benefit of
to.
instant replay on this game.
So what we know, Texas Tech versus Virginia game. This game will not be decided on an out of bounds replay.
Oh!
Oh, very flagrant foul on that one. Let's see what we get here.
A technical foul might have been called on the floor after that wrap-up. It's unclear what's going on. We're looking to the officials now to maybe make some sense of this madness. I believe 2 points have been put on the board for Sigma Chi.
Oh, that got BYX's player tossed for that call right there.
He doesn't have to go home, Drew, but he certainly can't stay here.
So I believe, yes, the official call was a foul and a technical added on top of that. So Sigma Chi did get the 2 free points, and they continue with the ball. About 55 seconds left to go. 6-point game. Sigma Chi is up.
What BYX's fans don't realize about travels is you go down, you can still slide as long as you don't roll.
And correct me if I'm wrong here, Drew, but if the ball is still bouncing, you can't travel.
Oh, no, you can't travel bouncing a ball. No chance. Could have told me we're at the Chattanooga Zoo right now with all the zebras in the stands.
That was a good one, Drew.
Sigma Chi back at the line, shooting another 1-on-1. Fortunately, misses the front end. BYX still has some life here.
Oh, that was a great call. He
no.
was all over his wrist on that one.
Fouled on a three-point attempt. I'm not exactly sure what Miller was doing there. He could have let that ball go. Because in this situation, a three doesn't hurt you, but 3 free throws with the clock not moving certainly will.
Mm-hmm. Just ask Auburn.
Especially from BYX's best shooter. He's liable to make all 3.
Especially a guy who wasn't really making that many shots before this moment. Maybe seeing these free throws go in gets him going. Oh, he misses the second. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, up next we still have the men's competitive championship, so stay tuned for that. Third free throw is good.
Oh, we're now in the double bonus. You can see if Simikai can weather the BYX storm right now.
And Dylan Miller's a pretty good free throw shooter. Let's see if he can put this game away at the free throw line.
Yes, the ultimate secret to winning the free throw game would be making free throws.
I mean, watching all season, he is their most pure shooter from the line. So this is their best chance to pull away.
First one of the double bonus. It'd be a miss.
I still got a chance.
See, yeah, if you're BYX here, you're still very much alive. You
Yeah.
need to be still up and engaged in this game.
It ain't over till that clock hits all zeros. A very, very uncharacteristic 2 misses from Dylan Miller there.
A deep 3. Maybe not the shot that BYX was looking for. Simikai back at the line, shooting another double bonus. I believe Avery at the line this time.
Maybe things will go differently this time down the floor. I certainly hope it does.
He misses the first free throw. That's now 3 misses in a row that we've seen from Sigma Chi here. Hopefully they can convert one, maybe give themselves a little breathing room. Timeout, BYX.
Now, BYX might not realize this, but with the UTC Intramural rules, there's no advancement of the ball from timeouts. So it would have been smarter to pass the ball down like Tennessee did at the end of the Purdue game, try to get the ball in a better position.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see if that'll come back to bite BYX.
Interesting strategy there for sure.
Once again, up next, we still have the men's competitive championship game here tonight. So stay tuned if you want to see some more great basketball. Looks like Sigma Chi is applying more pressure out of the timeout. Seems trapped in the corner. Gets the ball out. Clock is still ticking. Oh my!
Bang!
A 2-point game with 8 seconds left. Colton Lowry heading to the free throw line. A double bonus.
And if he just hits 2 of these, you can put the nail in the coffin.
But if he misses,
but if he misses 1, we're in for a good 8 seconds.
now this is also still a double bonus. So regardless of what happens here on this first shot, BYX will have time to run back down the floor.
we're at least guaranteed free basketball for the rest of the night if BYX hits this 3 coming down the court, and if we get a missed shot right here.
The crowd is now coming alive. This free throw right here is the game.
He missed.
Short. Timeout BYX.
7 seconds to go. 3-point game. Championship. You can't ask for much more, guys.
Yeah, this is definitely a perfect exemplification of tournament basketball.
Yeah.
This is what we live for here.
It's April, baby. Gonna take this last break in the action to bring you one of our sponsors, the Lab, putting in the man hours. Without the Lab, none of this would be possible.
Looks like it'll be a BYX ball going full court. 7 seconds left, 3-point game. This last possession will definitely make or break this game.
Now, what do you do if you're Sigma Chi here, Reed? Do you foul, or do you let them take a chance, or do you wait till about 5 or 4 seconds?
If I'm Sigma Chi, the only thing fouling could possibly do is maybe give them 3 free throws. You're up by 3. Your defense has been playing well this whole half. I trust my defense and just see what happens.
Oh, it looks like they went with the early foul.
Well, this next foul is brought to you by Albuterol, an asthma medication, because this game's on a breathtaking finish.
Yeah, on the bright side, BYX did get to advance the ball a decent amount up the court in just 1 second. Ball's in.
Too much.
He pulled up from.
Don't tell.
It's a final now.
I'm shocked, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to say.
Don't tell BYX's legs. Don't tell their arms. But just don't tell their achy breaky heart. They just lost their defending champ status.
There's a new king on the hill, and their name is Sigma Chi. Hit the damn victory music.
I can't believe he just pulled up like And welcome back. The last game of the night, we have UTC's Finest versus the Dream Team. Should be an interesting matchup here tonight, Wilson. We'll see how it goes.
It's been a long night so far. 2 pretty good games. I'm looking forward to this one. The road officially ends here.
And seems the Dream Team starts out pretty quick.
They're the favorites to win this game. They've ran through their competition all year long. Let's see if UTC's Finest can put up a fight. Maybe sneak one out of here.
Unfortunate turnover there.
I'm really looking forward to see how the Dream Team really plays offense tonight. A lot of grad assistant coaches from the basketball program really know the game. I'm looking forward to seeing how it translates out here on the court tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some high IQ basketball, some smart cuts, some good screens, crisp movement. Should be a very fun game to watch. Dream Team now controlling the ball here for a good little portion of time.
Yeah, they're not flinching yet at any of this defense UTC's Finest has shown them. And in UTC's Finest, keep in mind, a team full of all freshmen.
Yeah, traditionally.
Freshmen going up against grad assistants and coaches. Be interesting to see how that plays out over the course of this game.
Yeah, traditionally the freshman team hasn't always had success in this intramural championship game. But let's see how it plays out. So far, everything is pretty straight up. It's hasn't really been any fouls.
Yeah.
Not too many bad possessions.
Yeah.
It's a lot of patient offense here in the early going.
Really clean basketball, really just trying to feel each other out. They're playing chess, not checkers out there, Reed.
And again, the thing that you notice is the Dream Team doesn't really have a very deep bench. And UTC's Finest, on the other hand, has a what appears to be a full bench.
Yeah. We'll be looking forward to see how many points they can get off their bench over the course of this game. Will youth prevail over experience? We'll find out when that clock hits 0.
A lot more threes starting to get shot. Believe number 15 seems to be the leading scorer for UTC's Finest. It'll be interesting to see how he gets going in this game.
I'm interested to see what kind of role he's going to play in their offense as the game progresses. Is he going to be a paint player, perimeter player, more of you're going to feed your offense through him? Looking forward to watching that matchup.
Yeah, a lot of dynamics here. It'll be interesting to see as this game unfolds. With about 16 and a half minutes left to go in this first half, we're looking at a 5-2 game. UTC Finest is up. It hasn't really been too many shots. There's been some really good looks, some very patient play.
Boom! That was pretty.
And now look to number 4 to really get loose from three. He's a 50% three-point shooter on the season. I think that'll come into account as the game goes along.
David McKinley can definitely shoot the ball. Keep an eye out for him, folks.
Got the first foul of the game. Appears to be on number 24, Josh Woods. Quick pull for Josh. It appears he fouled one time and got taken out of the game. Seems possession will remain with the Dream Team. Again, they've had the ball for a pretty long time. It's about 15 and a half minutes left to go. And
I feel like possession be 70-30. Somewhere in that range.
And it's interesting, too, because the score is tied despite the Dream Team holding the ball for the majority of another offensive rebound. More possession time for the Dream Team.
Yeah. They're just taking their time, not getting in any hurry, and just seeing what they can do. Short.
Dream Team back in control.
We'll see if they try to push up the tempo here. See if they want to start making UTC's finest get in a rhythm they don't want to play in.
Again, a lot of threes being taken here.
Brick.
A lot of long rebounds, but it seems for the most part the offensive team is controlling the boards.
Yeah.
Another
So
mystery.
many bricks so far in this game. If I could almost build half a house.
Seems like through the first 5 minutes, nerves may still be running a little high.
And the basket. That's only the second foul of the night so far. We're about 7 minutes in. I wonder if that's going to stay consistent, or wonder if we're going to see more fouls as the game goes on.
I think as these teams start to settle in some more, we might see some more get called out here. Seemed like some lengthy conversation there. Not exactly sure what it was about, but looking to convert the and one.
Bottom.
7 minutes into the game, about 13 minutes left to go. UTC's finest is down 3 to the Dream Team, 5-8.
And I do wonder if UTC's finest finds themselves in a hole, are they going to be able to dig themselves out of it?
And it's a very legitimate question. I mean, the pace of the game so far shows that the Dream Team is just going to stay solid and play good defense. And if it gets too far away from them, I feel like UTC's finest might have trouble trying to manufacture some offense.
Ooh, little kiss off the backboard there.
Largest lead of the early going here, 5-point lead for the Dream Team.
A long two right there.
Would have loved to see him just move that foot back just a little bit.
Man, he shot that from the library.
Almost back-to-back there for
Got a lot of wannabe Warriors out here.
Yes.
Shooting all these threes. Oh, the pass.
it's nice passing. Fortunately couldn't convert, but should be at the free throw line for 2. Now at the line for 2, number 10, Jason Baranowski.
Heck of a name. I bet he enjoys having to spell that out for people. Hailing from Wisconsin, so you know he likes cheese. I'm going to assume the Packers.
Now 9 minutes into this first half, and UTC's finest has gone to their bench relatively early. And yet another offensive board for the Dream Team. I think at some point in time, UTC's finest really has to commit to closing out possessions.
Yeah. If they don't, they could find themselves in a bigger hole very fast. Oh, good pass.
Good finish. Dream Team playing very, very, very nice basketball here.
No, veteran group been playing together for a long time. I just know where everyone's going to be at all times. It's really impressive to watch them play.
UTC's finest, on the other hand, refusing to go away, still keeping it close, getting their buckets where they can.
Yeah, showing a lot of fight. They ain't backing down from the challenge. You got to love that about them.
Nice pass, nice offense. Long rebound, UTC's finest on transition. Great defense. Way to stay vertical. I believe good no call by the ref.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So far, we're 11 minutes of action, and it's not really been the offensive game we've expected so far.
Real defensive struggle in the early goings. And it's a lot quieter in here than it was in our last game. And the basket.
Foul on
not a lot of fans from either team really taking this place down a notch from the fraternity championship just a few minutes ago.
The crowd intensity has gone down, but the game intensity has gone up.
Mm-hmm.
I believe a technical foul now has been called on the white team. I believe that would be UTC's finest. Seems like we might get an explanation here soon.
I think I might have heard him say an illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution.
Still some confusion going on.
Yes, there's still some more conversation going on. They have now stopped the running clock, so that means this is an official's timeout to get something right. I believe the technical will stand, and UTC's finest will still shoot 2 free throws. So I believe one of UTC's finest players illegally entered the game without being called in, resulting in the technical foul.
And now it looks like the Dream Team's just going to give them these two. Unless... I don't think UTC's finest going to get the ball back.
Yeah, I don't think they will either.
Since they got...
So I believe he converts the and one, and now the Dream Team will get the ball on the side.
They're going to get the ball. Okay. Okay, there we go. I was confused there for a second.
Dream Team back in control. 3-point lead.
Oh. Good pass.
Seems the Dream Team is trying to play a little bit more through the post. Few less dribble drives. But they just seem to somehow just maintain possession of the ball.
It's like they got magnets in their hands. Oh, that was pretty.
That was a nice turnaround there. 5-point game, 7 minutes left to go. Dream Team in the lead. And I believe a blocking foul has been called on number 13, John Goldberg. I believe that will be his first foul. Now, as a player, do you think it's harder or easier to come up with energy when you have a crowd yelling behind you?
I think definitely when you have a big crowd behind you, good three right there from the UTC's finest. I almost called him the Dream Team. I almost called him UTC's Dream Team. I'm like, oh, that ain't right. But, yeah, definitely I feel like if you have a really rabid, energetic crowd behind you, that's going to really influence your performance in a positive way. If they're cheering for you. Now, if they're cheering against you, I feel like it could go either way. I feel like some players really feed off of that and want the crowd to be against them, And some players, it'll just spit them up and chew them out. But, yeah, for me, I definitely want an energetic crowd behind me. Definitely makes me want to play better.
Well, as this game goes along, it'll be interesting to see how either team, how their motor runs without, any of the people back home cheering them on.
Exactly. A real true neutral site game.
Seems UTC's finest would like to see the calls go both way a little bit more.
Yep. So they're going to take their first time out.
5 minutes left to go in the game. Dream Team 7-point lead. It's 21-15 over UTC's finest. I think UTC's finest has to really make a commitment to ignoring what calls the refs make and just finishing plays. I think they can get some more defensive rebounds and stop letting the Dream Team have minute and a half long possessions. And if they can start to finish some shots at the rim that they really shouldn't be missing, you can look at it as a completely different game.
You just got to box out, grab the bound, and go score the basketball. You check those 3 boxes, you're going to be in this game. You don't check those 3 boxes, you're going to go home pretty pissed.
And I think the UTC's finest also should be mindful of how much this lead grows before halftime, because playing behind the 8 ball in the second 20 minutes is never where you want to be.
Absolutely not. Especially if you're down double digits.
Most definitely.
Again, it is hard enough to come back on a veteran team like the Dream Team, but even harder when you're down by 10, 12, 15 points.
And a running clock surely does you no favors.
Yep, it sure doesn't. Cold-hearted killer.
Well, those actions starting back up here. Seems UTC's finest is trying to spread it out a little bit more. Maybe get a couple more ISOs. Fortunately, could not convert. Dream Team back in control.
I do like how they're being aggressive and attacking the paint. They're not settling for the 3 or the long 2 jump shot.
Yeah, I think UTC's finest has realized the more they penetrate, the more the floor opens up. And I feel like all they need to do now is just finish some plays, really make a commitment to finishing layups at the rim.
Another brick.
Now joining the booth, we have a new reffing expert. We have Jamie McLean joining us. Jamie, great to have you with us.
Let's get his mic turned on here.
Thank you. Got the mic turned on. We're ready to go. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here with a star-studded team out here. That's really
I'm
doing
blushing.
a good job.
Yeah, definitely appreciate the shout out there, Jamie.
So what do you think of this officiating so far?
They have been very solid in officiating verticality on defense. A couple plays where the defender dumped straight up in the air, a lot of contact, no call, great, no calls. And then the one that they did get on number 10 for Blue, he jumped forward. Jason Alvis explained the call to him, said he jumped forward. Absolutely the correct call. He's done a great job of officiating those plays.
Yeah, this is most definitely one of the best crews UTC has.
Now, that was a technical for an illegal substitution, correct?
Correct. He
Money
came onto the floor and was not beckoned on by the officials. So technical foul assessed by crew chief Drew Williams, and they went from there.
And they did not seem too happy about it, but they don't make the rules. They just get paid to enforce them.
Correct, Wilson.
Now looking at a 1-point game here for the Dream Team. Offense seemed to have slowed down a little bit. They seem to be moving the ball around a little bit more. UTC's finest is making a very conscious effort.
Oh, man. They just caught a breaker out there.
Unfortunate.
And not the good kind. Or for a good kind for them, but my favorite breaks are ones from a Kit Kat, personally.
Yeah, UTC's finest did a much better job of rotating on that possession.
It seems like they found another gear.
Yeah, we're seeing a fairly uncharacteristic performance here so far from David McKinley. He's only made 1 3 this game. Think that'll change? The second half coming up. About 1:45 left to go.
I'm sure the fans of UTC's finest hope it doesn't change. But it wouldn't surprise me if he comes out and hits about 3, 4, maybe even 5 threes. He's certainly more than capable of doing it.
It seems there the Dream Team trying to make a highlight play instead of the surefire play. Backfires, don't get any points off of that turnover.
Oh! Bang!
UTC's finest showing that they have no quit in them.
Some no quit grit, as I like to call it, Reed.
Winding up the first half here. About 50 seconds left to go. We're looking at a tie game here. This has been an action-packed first half, and I think, honestly, as a commentator, I can't ask for any more.
You really can't, Reed. These are the games that I can't always tell my grandkids about. Ooh, and he gets the roll.
See there, took the tough defense, realized that he wasn't going to be fouled, manned up, finished the layup. Like to see some of that from UTC's finest here coming up in this first half and in this next second half.
And if UTC's finest, you can't let that play discourage you. I mean, it was good defense and good offense. But the offense just had to win. Something had to give.
No call there, Jamie. Do you agree with that call there?
Great no call. Offensive player just flails, tries to draw the contact. Marginal contact from the defense. Play on.
This is what they get paid the big bucks for.
That's just only a 2-point game at halftime. Whew. Buckle up, boys. We're in for a classic.
Stay tuned for the second half. Back for a second half of action.
Can't wait, Reed.
UTC's Finest is going to start out with the ball.
I'm excited to see what they've cooked up to serve us for the second half.
Yeah, down by 2. They have to show a little bit of a sense of urgency, but not panic.
They're still very much in this game. A lot of balls left to be played.
Came out in a 3-man weave. It was semi-successful. I'm sure they got the shot they wanted. Just couldn't convert.
The rim has been unkind. Bang!
Excellent job moving the ball there. Great one more. It's great offense by the Dream Team.
The Wisconsin native burying it down here in the Deep South. Love to see it.
Didn't let this heat wave get to him.
It has gotten humid outside. I'm glad it's not affected. Them Wisconsin boys, they're just a different breed.
It is cool in the studio right now, though.
Another one.
Little heat check.
Controlled by UTC's Finest. Oh, my. What do we see there, Jamie? Did he fall on his own, or did the defense take him down there?
I think the defense took him down. I think them going to help him up was a signal that they've probably fouled him.
UTC's Finest still in control. Now down 5.
Ooh, little shooters roll around on that one. A little roly with a dab of ranch.
Another offensive board by the Dream Team.
Oh, and the consummate professional, Ken Jones.
Great pump fake. Great finish.
Stuck with the fundamentals right there.
See now if UTC's Finest can keep pace and score to continue to keep this game at 1 possession.
Couldn't get the roll there.
Seems nobody stopped ball till they got to the paint. Fortunately, it led to a turnover.
Drew Williams, the block.
Yeah, great call right there from Drew Williams. Great no call in the play before. Great blocking call right there. Letting the players decide the game.
You gotta love to see that. Coach is coach, players play, refs ref.
Nice crossover there. Oh,
The Pythagorean theorem of basketball.
Many say that. I think that was Luke Walton.
John Wooden, Jamie. Look it up. It's in the pyramid. A 3, if you please.
Bobby Sura made millions of dollars living off of that theory.
Seems the Dream Team now trying to push their lead forward. UTC's Finest missing a decent number of cribs at the rim now.
They just can't get that ball to roll in.
You've got to like this. The team of freshmen out here playing together, playing to each other's strengths. But they are faced with a veteran, heady, and well-worn Dream Team that have been here before. They've done that. They're experienced.
Business as usual for the Dream Team.
Just another day at the shop. They put their hard hat on, grab their lunch pail, and they're back at it in McClellan Gymnasium.
Again, UTC's Finest, despite having
boom
multiple,
they lull you to sleep
one.
like that. Lull you to sleep, and then boom.
Cool off timeout alert.
And that just goes to show you, even though the Dream Team has less roster members, they just seem to have more effort out on the floor so far. Just their ability to continually grab offensive rebounds. it's become a problem for UTC's finest now. They need to really make a conscious effort to secure some boards and finish possessions.
I 100% agree. They're going up against a real durable team in the Dream Team. And that reminds me, know what else is durable? Crocs. The official all-terrain shoe of UTC Intramurals. I can't wait to go home and slip into my Crocs. I really can't. Hell of a shoe.
So, Wilson, the word on the street was that you have 32 different pairs of Crocs. Is this true or false?
I do. That is 100% true. No fake news here on this broadcast.
So, would it be safe to say you have all the colorways?
Absolutely.
True Crocs fanatic, ladies and
True
gentlemen.
Crocs fanatic. I'm just not blowing smoke up here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the real McCoy.
Play continues now with about 15 and a half minutes left to go in the game. The Dream Team is now stretched to an 11-point lead. UTC's finest looking to stop the bleeding some here.
They better find a Band-Aid and fast.
Fortunately, that's not going to do it. I think they need to get back to their basics and start driving back to the rim again, trying to finish some layups, some shots around the rim.
Slow the game down, stick with your game plan, and see where you're at around the 7.5 minute mark.
And of course,
that's my philosophy.
That's a Rick Barnes philosophy. You're a Rick Barnes disciple. That comes directly from him.
Straight from the shepherd.
Unfortunate foul there. Just a smaller player getting caught in the post where he just doesn't belong. I believe the foul goes to number 2, Mod Scott. Jason Baranowski back at the line.
Nowski at the line.
Just calm, cool, and collected.
Business as usual.
Goes 2 for 2. Lead now up to 13 for the Dream Team. UTC's finest desperately needing a bucket here.
They need one here or things could get ugly.
Fortunately, another turnover.
A lot of Tony Romo-like mistakes going on. Oh. It's like
Jump ball called there.
Jump ball here. So it'll remain.
Will remain Dream Team's ball, I believe.
Yeah. Leading 38-25. Second half. About 13 minutes to go. You're just taking their time on this possession.
Yeah, they're definitely realizing they can get.
Oh, you can't get easier than that. And guess who it was? Baranowski again.
I think the Dream Team is now realizing they can almost get whatever shot they want if they just stay patient.
Yeah. Pick in and choose and bang!
Big 3 right there from Makai Carter.
Just what they needed. Just what the doctor ordered.
Now let's see if they can pair that bucket with a stop and maybe get a run going here. Cut into this lead a little bit.
Let's see if their offense can translate to some defense here, Reed. Man.
Nice block there by number 24, Josh Woods.
A nice little packed lunch. Served nice and fresh.
It's interesting. Woods has now made a nice play and gotten taken out of the game back-to-back times now.
It's confusing to say the least.
And there's the veteran, Ken Jones, coming through in the clutch, lulling you to sleep, and then knock down 3-point shooter.
Great pass.
Great pass.
Unfortunately, could not finish the layup.
The rim is rearing its ugly head once again.
And yet another offensive rebound. Luckily turns into a turnover for UTC's finest. Maybe they can get something going on this transition here.
Oh! A little whop! And a little whoop! For two.
Nice spin move, to say the least.
Very nice.
Still looking at a 13-point game. Dream Team leading 43-30 with about 10.5 minutes left to go in this second half. Ken Jones turns down a third straight three. Yet another offensive rebound for the Dream Team.
Really taking it to him on the offensive glass.
I think it wouldn't be far-fetched to say at this point, UTC's finest is getting out-rebounded by double digits.
Oh, most definitely. I'm not keeping track, but I'm going to safely assume that you're right.
Still showing patience.
They don't flinch. There he is! David McKinley.
And that's not a good sign for UTC's finest. You do not want to see him begin to get going.
Do not let him get hot.
He is what they like to call a volume.
And the basket.
Great answer there by Malik Sane. Way to stay tough, show some grit, finally make a bucket, finish something around the rim. Contact and
They
one.
ain't going down without a fight. That's for sure.
It's for sure. This lead sitting comfortably at 14 points. Now 13. Let's see if UTC's finest can actually make a dent instead of going back and forth.
This is where you leave the ball in the hands of a crafty veteran like Ken Jones and just let him do his thing.
You're big Ken Jones fans, aren't you, Jamie?
Very big Ken Jones fan. Has a great playing style. Consummate professional.
A real pro's pro, huh?
Pro's pro. Family man.
What do you think of that no call there, Jamie?
Tough no call there. Very tough call in general. I think a call's got to be made there. But tough whether or not it's an offensive foul or not.
Now looking at an 11-point lead for the Dream Team. UTC finest hoping to get another stop and another bucket and really start getting some momentum towards the end of this game now that we're sitting in the last 8.5 minutes. Overpassing there, turnover.
A little pick of the pocket there. Ooh, hold everything.
Lead is now 9 points.
They ain't going away.
Let's see where Dream Team goes right here in this time of need.
I think if you're
Who do you think they should run it through? Zero?
I think zero has got to be the best option here.
We'll see what they do.
I think if you're the Dream Team here, you just really need to get back to your bread and butter. Feed the ball into the post, make some cuts, set some screens, and everything else will come after that.
Exactly.
Yet another offensive rebound. Charge call there. We agreeing with it, Jamie?
Defender is legal. Correct call.
UTC's finest now has it cut to single digits with 7.5 minutes left. They're only trailing 37-46. Looking to get yet another bucket here and really maybe force the Dream Team to call their first time out of the game.
And it's getting to that point in the game where if I'm on the Dream Team, I'm going to slow down this game as much as possible and make the easy passes, keep running the offense until you get a real good look at the basket.
Definitely. No shot clock and a running clock is your best friend in this situation. With a near double-digit lead, that's exactly what you want to do.
They are passing up some easy shots here.
Yeah, the Dream Team seems to be overpassing just a little bit, but it seems to work out in their favor as
Going to the line.
yet again Baranowski to the line.
Jason the Bucket Baranowski. That's what they call him.
He is a walking bucket.
First of two going up. Basket's good.
He once told me he feels comfortable shooting from any spot in the gym. Name a spot he can pull from there.
I saw him make a backwards half-court shot blindfolded one day. Insane.
He is notorious for those type of plays with a little smirk on his face afterwards. Just a little smirk and a little shimmy afterwards.
A flat-out ball player.
Ball back to UTC's finest, down 11.
Sloppy pass, but it doesn't. But it pays off for him.
About 5.5 minutes left to play. I think now UTC's finest has to really show a commitment to trying to generate some turnovers, because you can look away and you could be at that 2-minute mark very, very, very quickly.
Before you even know it. Uh-oh.
And here's that run we were talking about.
They aren't going away, guys.
UTC's finest is really showing a commitment to sitting down and not getting beat on defense anymore.
All 7 of UTC's finest fans are on their feet, cheering these guys on.
They are loyal. 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they are out here supporting the boys in white and pink.
Another turnover. Foul gets called. Jalen Clemens to the line for 2.
Was a great no call on the kickball that they wanted. Not a kickball, has to be intentional kicking of the ball, and was not intentional. He threw the pass directly at the defender's legs. Didn't even have a chance to move. Great no call.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Jamie, but the thigh region doesn't count when kickball is being called, does
Correct. Knee or below.
it? Makes 1 of 2. Now looking at a 48-42 game with 4 minutes left. The Dream Team really looking to slow the pace, bringing the ball up the court.
It's anyone's ball game right now, guys. It's crunch time. Who wants it more? Bang!
Oh my!
And that is just
The crafty veteran.
And that's what happens when you
David
play the Dream
McKinley,
Team.
folks. You do not want to leave him open.
Number 3, Keontae Callaway gambles once, leaves his man open to get burned with the 3. It's why you can't gamble against the Dream Team. You have to stay solid.
Now you gotta start to wonder, when does UTC's finest start want to use their fouls?
Yeah, looking at it, they're only at 2. They have a long way to go to put the Dream Team in the bonus, and so far they seem content to just let the Dream Team swing the ball around the paint or around the perimeter.
They might be waiting until the 2-minute mark. That way they can guarantee the clock stopping.
Hopefully it won't be too late. Yet another rebound for the Dream Team as they control the ball. 6-point game.
Boom! Jones!
Another
And that's the
3
man
for
coming
Ken
up clutch.
Jones.
Coming up clutch. We know Ken Jones shows up in those moments every single time, and he does it again. Wow.
Could that be the nail
Multiple time
in the coffin?
intramural champion Ken Jones shows off why he has so many rings.
I believe we may have had a technical foul called on the floor. Let's see if we can get some more information from our refs here in just a second. So I believe the Dream Team has been assessed a technical foul, and they were still granted a timeout right after.
I wonder what the technical foul was for.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see. It would be interesting to know.
Did you see anything down there, Jamie, that caught your attention?
I didn't see anything. We'll have to go down. We'll have to buzz down to Gunnar Sneed and see if he has any information for us from the table down there.
Ooh, good feed.
Now looking at a 5-point game as we're now hitting the official rules mark where the clock will stop.
Bang!
Leading to yet another 3 by David McKinley. My goodness.
I told you, watch out for number 4 in blue in the second half. Putting on a clinic.
It's a 6-point game, 57-51 with a minute 40 left to go. UTC's Finest desperately needs a stop. Foul committed early by Jalen Clemens.
I feel like that was a good foul.
I agree.
Yeah, fouls to give. Time running out.
That's not who you want to foul.
Ken Jones. He is pretty deadly at the free throw line. But still got a few more fouls to give before you have to worry about it.
The Dream Team just does not seem sped up at all, and this is the time where, as UTC's Finest, you want to start throwing things at them to get them to speed their game up. You don't want them to sit down and be comfortable.
Exactly. Your chances of gaining a turnover when their game is sped up are a lot more than if they're just dicking and ducking around going really slow.
More and more time continues to run off the clock, and UTC's Finest commits another one. It's a minute 17 left. UTC's Finest is down 51-57. We're looking at a 6-point game here. The game is still really wide open. It's just the UTC's Finest has to make some plays and commit to really getting out of this defensive possession.
Now it looks like we have a timeout on the floor here. And this timeout on the floor is brought to you by our sponsor, The Lab. Putting in the man hours. Without The Lab, none of this broadcast would be possible.
Yeah.
So thanks to them.
Big shout out to the people at The Lab. Now, with only a minute and 7 left, there shouldn't be anything else on UTC's Finest mind here other than fouling as quickly as possible.
Exactly. I don't understand why they've sporadically been letting them dribble around for 4 or 5, 6 seconds. I feel like once you commit to that strategy, you got to foul as quickly as you can to preserve as much time as you can.
Yeah. Yes, that's a bad court. Baranowski seems upset, but as we go to our expert here, Jamie, I believe that's the right call.
It looked to me like the right call. I caught it the last second. It looked like the right call. It looked like Dream Team was explaining to their teammate why it was a backcourt violation, which is always a good sign for you as a referee. You get a little verification from the teammates, and they say that the call was right. So it looks like a good call from
the booth.
Yep.
Unfortunately, UTC's Finest cannot capitalize, turning the ball over yet again, committing yet another foul. The next one should put the Dream Team in the 1-1. Hopefully, UTC's Finest can get a steal here and maybe make this game a little bit more interesting.
I'm not letting Ken Jones touch the ball here if I am the Finest right now.
But again, Wilson, we say it. I feel like 3 more seconds just ran off the clock.
Yeah. Taking their time fouling. I just don't understand it. Oh, maybe they know something I don't.
Maybe. Makes the front end of a 1-1. And now that's number 13, John Goldberg. He's been relatively quiet tonight. Misses the second free throw. UTC Finest pushes the ball ahead.
And another.
Fortunately loses his footing. Another turnover for UTC's Finest.
And then there's the other foul.
Seems
a
now,
little extra from Jason Alvis, the referee.
Seems now UTC's Finest seems a little deflated. See a couple of heads hanging down.
Yeah. If
Could
he
this
hits
be
both
the
these, I feel like this could be the game.
Sitting on 44 seconds left. The score is 51-58. Makes the front end of the 1-on-1, pushing it to an 8-point game with 45 seconds left. it's not looking good for UTC's finest here. Maybe they can get a quick bucket, maybe a stop, maybe a turnover. It will take a lot of work from this point on.
It's going to take close to a miracle.
And nearly another offensive rebound.
Ken Jones just continues to work. Just work.
Probably one of the highest motors on the whole team.
Fortunately, UTC's finest misses another three. They throw the ball ahead. UTC's finest reluctantly fouls. More heads are dropping.
Yep.
You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see it.
I feel like you can put this game on ice.
Funny story, Ken Jones was actually on the verge of retiring from Intramurals. Multiple-time champion, was on the verge of retiring this year. Team talked him into coming back. Talked him in and said, Ken, this isn't over.
One more year.
We have unfinished business. We need to show some of these young teams that we're still the best man on campus, and they've done that today. Wow.
They came out like a freight train from hell tonight.
Yes. You could tell they were playing inspired. I think I saw some of the leaders pull the team aside in the tunnel before the game. I saw that. I think there were some words said, some emotions were invoked from the leaders, and they really stepped it up and listened to it for this game.
Yep. Put it on ice.
Another.
Cue the fat lady. Stick a fork in it, ladies and gentlemen, because this one is done.
Wow.
Counting down the final seconds now. 3, 2, 1. It's a final now.
The Dream Team takes home the championship 60-51.
Multiple-time champion. They do it again. Great team, great part of UTC Intramurals, doing their thing. We'll really respect them and their hard work out here. Also respect our broadcast booth today. Two of our speakers today, Wilson Gibson and Reed Harvey, really provided some hours of entertainment today. I know they enjoy this as a profession.
Oh yeah, it was a blast.
It's been a fun ride, Jamie.
Oh, a big thank to the lab. We have two of our lab technicians in here today. Lab manager Jackson Boring, who led the stream, and then Reese Harper, lab extraordinaire. He's a jack of all trades. He can do it all. And today he was showing off that ability here today. Big thanks to our pizza place, Pizza Bros, for supplying some of the pizza. We did pay for it, but it was tasty. So a big thanks to Pizza Bros for providing that. Thanks to Nick Lampert for providing the facility for tonight's entertainment. It was very, very nice. Thanks to UTC in general for allowing this event to happen.
Yes, sir. Thank you to God.
Yeah.
Without God, none of this is possible.
Yep. Thank you to the government.
The government.
Yep. To everybody.
George Washington
for founding this great country. There's a lot of people. We could sit here for a while and we could sit here and thank some of our sponsors. Thank some of our people, but I think we would be here all night, and I don't want to do that to our listeners. I know they would stay with us.
I do want to give one quick shout out to my man, Oscar Sante. I hope you're listening, buddy. Hope you enjoyed the night. I love you.
And of course, none of this is possible without the fantastic intramural supervisors. Once again, can't say enough about how great the supervisors have been this year.
I could go on for another hour.
Just great. Great job by them. Done a great job.
Big shout out to our crew. Our crew did awesome tonight. Jason Alvis was awesome. He made a layup at the end, showed off some of his hops. Drew Williams, Michael King, young referee Michael King really stepped it up today, coming in a tough game. Gunnar Sneed, I mean, you can't say enough about him on the scorekeeping today. He was on top of it. He was on every single time the clock needed to stop. He was on top of it. He was getting scores. He was beckoning on substitutes. Just a world-class staff that we had at this game tonight.
We really do have a great staff. It was a fantastic night all around. Fantastic night.
Well,
I love Championship Wednesday.
Championship Wednesday, there's nothing like it. You can smell the smoke in the air, the calm after the storm right now as we're sitting here in McClellan Gym, full of history. Lots of history in here, and you can feel it.
Yep.
You can feel the history in here. It's great.
The nets are being cut as we speak.
Yeah, the nets are being cut as we speak. We're looking at them as they do that. Ken Jones is, of course, the man that will be cutting it down for his team over there.
A real emotional scene, not a dry in the house.
Yeah, not a dry. UTC's finest fan fans are still huddled around their team over there, consoling them after a tough loss. You see them down on the court right now. Tough loss for the young freshmen, but they'll be back. They will be back.
They will be back. A team of all freshmen.
Yeah, a team of all freshmen.
Mark my words. They put it on the board. They're coming back for some unfinished business.
They've got unfinished business. They want to be able to handle this and take care of it. So we understand that. We will encourage them, and I look forward to seeing them down the line as they continue to be a vital part of the basketball season.
Right. And now we turn our attention to the Masters. We'll be traveling down to the Masters Thursday afternoon.
Early favorites? Any sleeper picks for you, Mr. Gibson?
Watch out. Tiger Woods, obviously. Patrick Reed to repeat. And keep an eye out for Ricky Fowler.
Ricky Fowler, wow, with an orange shirt. He will be, orange pants, my bad, that he will be participating in.
He'll be donning the orange on Sunday.
And
he's still in contention.
That's a sleeper pick. That's your Wilson Gibson sleeper picks right there. So if you're in Vegas, you've got your local bookie, whatever you've got, you want to put some money down, Wilson Gibson has got your local picks. He's giving them for free today.
Who's Tampa Bay, or who's the Preds playing? Dallas. They're playing nothing.
And bet the farm on the Dallas Stars against the Nashville Predators.
Wow, that's a bold call.
If Nashville Predators fans say they're going to win, tell them, go Stars.
Wilson Gibson says 10 units. I think he put 10 units on them tonight. The Islanders with a big 2-1 victory tonight. Took it in New York and Long Island. It's in overtime. Wow, I went to overtime. I saw the 2-1
Free hockey.
Free hockey. There's nothing like it out there. Nothing like what we had going on tonight out here at Intramurals. Some great stuff. Look at them donning the championship shirts over here.
Tags still on them.
Tags still on them. We look at them. They've won it again. I look at them and they look like they've been here before. I mean, they've been
got
here.
that look.
They've taken this picture many times before. They've been there, and then you could see the finest over there, kind of looking on, saying, "That's our future. That's what we want to be. That's where we want to be in the future. That's what we want to do."
Some fuel
for the fire. Some fuel. You'll see them back in the fall. I'm sure they'll be playing some more intramurals. Will be heavily involved. So we'll see them out there. Our great supervisor staff will, of course, be me administering them and all of that stuff. So.
All right. I think that's a wrap, Jamie. We can stick a fork in it.
It's been a great stream. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Jorts, Crocs, The Lab, Orange Vanilla Coke, Geico.
Geico was a big one. We reached out to them. They didn't respond, but we support Geico here.
And Miller Lite, the official beer of UTC Intramurals.
Yes. Yep. We do appreciate that. We lots of different people that were involved in this, and we are really
couldn't have done it without them. I cannot stress that enough.
Yep, and that's very, very true. But like I said, thanks to all the people that supported us, and like you said, God.
Amen.
Yep. All right.
All right. Good night. Good luck, and go Mocs.